time, left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. We are live in this amazing Sunday to bring you guys more of the LBFF Season 5. The Brazilian Free Fire League is on its way. It's the second to last week in the regular season, so you guys need to be watching today because there are lots and lots and lots and lots of Free Fire coming in for you guys to watch. We have 6 maps coming in for you to watch with us, and of course my co-pilot Carol Bombshell has all the insights for the day. How you doing, Carol?
I'm doing very good, Marcelo. Today we were expecting today since yesterday because things will get
and
very
I'm expecting
interesting.
tomorrow since today.
I'm also expecting tomorrow. But today will be very interesting to watch the teams that yesterday played. They had the opportunity to start the weekend, opening the weekend, but they are going to be here as well today, the Group C. But today they are going to play against Group B, Marcelo.
And there are some direct confrontations that we want to see. We will check the schedule on the screen for you guys to see. It blinked and now it's on. We see that Unidas, INTZ, Loud, Nitroxx Top10, Esports, and Team Liquid will face off against B4, Corinthians, FURIA, Netshoes Miners, Team Codasolid, and Team 1. And I'm eager to watch this confrontation between Esports and Corinthians, and maybe, just maybe, B4 and Team Codasolid getting together in this mess. Loud maybe getting into this mess, Carol. It will be an amazing, a thrilling day.
Yes, will be definitely be a thrilling day, especially that Team Codasolid yesterday had an amazing day. They got a double booyah, right? Netshoes Miners also did their booyah from yesterday, but FURIA and Corinthians, they didn't had a good day yesterday, so maybe today let's see if they fix their mistake, if they will change their strategy, if they will change the rotation, because we have been watching Corinthians the whole time. We know that they have connected with the game, they have applying strategy that the other teams have not think about it. So let's check in this beautiful players' faces to see what they will bring for us today.
You were nice with them, calling them beautiful. I gotta say it. Some of them have their front line a little bit messed up. However, they are amazing players that will bring us a lot of action here today. And Carol, I have to say, I dreamed about the day today.
Oh, did you?
I'll be the mãe de Ná for our broadcast today. I dreamed about FURIA having a double booyah.
Is that right?
I swear to you that I dreamed about FURIA having a double booyah. Do you think that that's possible?
Well, we are talking about Free Fire Brazilian League, so anything is possible. We were not expecting Vivo KEYD triple booyah yesterday. But we know that FURIA didn't have a good day today. But if Marcelo is saying, we haven't seen around here that Marcelo already predicted right things. So let's count that maybe FURIA will get a double booyah. But Marcelo, I'm very curious to watch the game of SS Sports. We haven't seen weeks in a row that SS Sports it's been fighting over the top one against Corinthians, but right now they have also personal confrontations, and I want to know if
Have you ever seen the rain?
if our standings is ready for us to show.
Yeah, it's just ready. We have the art coming on the screen. With the standings, we see SS Sports 59 points behind Corinthians. However, we know that Corinthians scored only 24 points yesterday. A bad day for Corinthians. Vivo KEYD got to 16 points behind them, and Vivo KEYD still plays tomorrow. Corinthians is playing their last day today on the standings, so the final confrontation for this week may end up being SS Sports against Vivo KEYD on Monday, right, Carol?
Exactly. But before Team Codasolid today, also have the opportunity to get closer of Corinthians. Even though SS Sports, we were excited to watch SS Sports here today. We saw that before last Monday, they had they were the best team of the weekend. They were in all the highlights. And Team Codasolid also had a double booyah last week and a double booyah yesterday. So all of these teams are very balanced, and they will be able to reach the first place if Corinthians have a bad day like yesterday. But let's also point it out about the Nitroxx Top 10 that it is a very aggressive team who came from Serie B. They are doing an amazing a game around here. We haven't seen they got also a triple booyah this season. And let's not forget also about the relegation zone where Corinthians Team 1 and Team Liquid it's around the corner. So let's keep an eye on those guys today as well.
You said Corinthians, but you meant God Unidas, right?
I said, oh, sorry.
It happens. I do it all the time, by the way. But we see that Loud is currently in the 10th place. However, we know that they were fighting for the top of the standings, and after a busy day yesterday, they fell down to the 10th place. Fluxo had an amazing day. Vivo KEYD had an amazing day. Team Codasolid had an amazing day. Before had a good day. All those teams performed outside of the curve, for in a matter of speaking. But Loud needs today to be their day outside of the curve, right?
Exactly. They needed to be outside of the curve because they finished last week in the 30th place, if I'm not mistaken. Corinthians first one, SS Sports, and Loud was very close of SS Sports. For a couple of their mistakes last week, it didn't take them to the second place. But I saw that we have the MVP list, and I want to know,
have you ever seen the rain?
if I ever see the rain. But let's see our MVP list here because it's very tight.
It will be on the screen for you guys to see. Ousado with 77 kills leads the rankings, but MTS has 6 maps played less than Ousado. We know that Vitinho, Cias, and General also have had their first day played in this week. That was yesterday. Vitinho is doing an amazing job climbing up the rankings and helping Team Codasolid get to the 4th place where they are right now. And Cias is doing an insane job with the grenades.
Yes, of course, Cias, he is the king of grenades. If MTS were once, he's not anymore. But talking about MTS specifically, before he only have this competition against Ousado. Ousado right now with 7 points for killing ahead of him, and of course 54 matches played. It's still one of his enemies, but Vitinho 1 point away, Cias 2 point away, and also General joining the club. So Marcelo, MTS should be more worried about Ousado right now or all of the other players?
I indeed think that he needs to be aware of Ousado, but Ousado yesterday, despite Corinthians not having a good day, had a good day. But he needs to bring back the Ousado from the mid-season that we had him having 18 kills in the same day. He only had 7 yesterday, although Corinthians did not have a good day at all. But we need to see if SS Sports will have the calm to work their game as they were working on the past seasons, because we know that SS Sports have been changing their lineups a lot for the past few seasons. We have the standings for you guys on the screen to check out. It will pop out for you. What is the secret for SS Esports? In LBFF Season 3, we had Antunes, Aranha, Cauã, Leal, Tami, and Pão. Pão, who is playing for Team Codasolid. And they won the LBFF Season 3 with 9.25 points per drop in LBFF Season 3. We see that Cauã is playing for Loud, Leal playing for Pen Gaming,
Aranha, INTZ.
Aranha is in INTZ indeed. And then we had the arrival of MTS in this lineup in the place of Tami. Aranha, Birino, Leal, Maxwell, MTS, Tuzão.
And
That was a whole different lineup, right?
Yeah, they actually they had also a great start last season. They started the first day on Saturday of season 4. They were the only team that scored for the first time triple booyah in LBFF history. So SS Sports, I also I'm very curious to know what is their secret and who is the guy who hired the players and how they, I don't know if this is something with the coach, with the managers, or with the players, but they always get these things right, and it's happening again here this season with MTS remaining. Phoenix and Jubinha came from Black Dragons from last season, but it is a newbie here, and Astro 007. And they are also doing an amazing job. They are very good with their methods around here, and also this can come a little bit from MTS, who is already experienced here, and also Phoenix and Jubinha. But Marcelo, having 3 seasons and getting it right, at least in the beginning, it is great, right?
It's amazing to see that the work has been well done by people on the backstage on the SS Esports, and we will try to figure out what is the secret behind SS Esports, so stay tuned.
O segredo nem eu sei, mas acredito que seja pela boa convivência que a gente tem aqui dentro. Tanto eu quanto os meninos, a gente se sente em casa. Isso é muito importante para que a gente tenha um ótimo desempenho dentro do jogo.
A equipe da SS pode reverter uma luta que estava praticamente perdida. Olha o Jubinha, vai pegar ele por ali. Está lá, SS!
O Fênix, ele é muito experiente como capitão. Isso acaba passando muita confiança pro time. Ele sempre está nos colocando para cima, no nosso pé, para que a gente dê o nosso melhor. Ele acaba sendo a alma do time. E isso é muito importante pra gente. Pelo incrível que pareça, a gente não teve tanta dificuldade de se entrosar. Desde o começo a gente se encaixou muito rápido e isso facilitou bastante pra gente. Só estamos ajeitando alguns detalhes para chegar na final mais preparados.
We see that Jubinha says that the high point for SS Esports is their coexistence, is their good relationships personally inside of the gaming house. And Carol, that does bring a better air for people to compete on the grand stage, right?
Of course, talking about a former player of Free Fire, I would say if you have the feeling, the vibe, the harmony with your squad, and if you listen to your coach, it will help you a lot to have a better performance in the competition. But also, Marcelo, Jubinha said not even them know the secret. So probably the secret is being friends. You know, sometimes
right
you get
to the end.
Sometimes you can get a little bit bother about what your teammate did during the rounds, but let's just focus that this is a game, and when the match ended, let's just be friends again and forget what happened, or maybe just fix their mistakes. And talking about fix their mistakes, there they are, the game houses and the cameras.
Their guys are here and they are getting ready, and so are we getting ready to join the battle. As I wanted to see Boot on from SS Esports and his platinum hair, but we know that he's not on the screen right now. I love that platinum hair. I almost got my hair platinum before the season started, but I thought that I might be old enough for not to be able to do that. However, we see the teams are getting ready over there. I like that Team Liquid table with the computers that allows them to get some information. And we have INTZ, God Unidas still not on with the cameras, Loud with the players on their room. We see Kronos with the little hat. Nitroxx Top10, Esports, and INTZ all ready to fight. And I like to see the camera from Nitroxx Top10 as well. Those guys are pretty hyped when the things go the way they wanted, right, Carol?
Exactly. And watching Team Liquid right now, it is good also to have this a view of their players to see how they will behave themselves here today, because it's really important to have this, like we said, and SS Sports players said about the harmony and the vibe, and to not only be together but feel your squad, feel the feeling, Marcelo.
Yeah, we have also before Corinthians, Netshoes Miners, FURIA, Team Codasolid, Team 1, and the control tower is here as well. And we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R14D1 heading straight to Purgatory. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invite you to loosen your seatbelt, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
Yes, it is indeed time to drop, Marcelo, and let's hit the skies of Purgatory map, because Corinthians in Codasolid before SS Sports, FURIA, Group B against Group C today for you guys, and they are getting ready to fight. Loud already came to INTZ.
And Kawan is indeed with blood in his eyes looking for Lucas Kawan, and he finds Lucas Kawan over there near the hills, and the first exchange is going on. Kawan trying to find Lucas Kawan over there, and he has the help from Noda by his side. He's trying to find the use of grenades, but Lucas Kawan finds a better positioning and sends him to the ground. Now Noda has to fight Lucas Kawan all by himself, and he puts Lucas Kawan to the floor. Now he has the time to help Kawan, and he believes that he's not alone. Guerra took off, and Guerra did not help Lucas Kawan, so the first blood is on the hands of Loud. The first confrontation happening quickly. I stuttered, I'm sorry. Happened quickly in this first match of the day, Carol.
The first blood came indeed quickly, Marcelo. And maybe this is due because of the airplane rotation, because Loud, they go to Crossroad and INTZ goes to the Moat House. But because of the rotation, the trick rotation of the airplane, they face off in the beginning of the match. But personally, I like to see that, because I like when we have this early confrontation to see who got the guts and who's ready for the game.
And we know that the Netshoes Miners team is not fond of early confrontations. However, they are once again engaging against God Unidas. Netshoes Miners is probably the team that hates the most the early confrontations, and the team that is most involved in early confrontations in this season, right, Carol?
And we haven't seen that because they avoid these early confrontations, the teams find themselves easy targets, so they don't get tired to chase Netshoes Miners around the map. We haven't seen that Vivo KEYD had the down position, and Netshoes Miners, in my opinion, they got the best position to defend their place, and unfortunately they didn't get the skills to handle Vivo KEYD attack in yesterday. But let's see if today they will stick with the same strategy, or if they will come for the early battles.
And maybe it's not the skill of the team, but they'd rather play the team fights with the utility, right? With grenades, with flashbangs, and lots of ice, and maybe playing the fights in the early game don't allow them to gather that much utility that they need to be comfortable with the fights, right, Carol?
Well, when I said about the skills, was they already had get all their loot and equipment in Brasilia, and they had 2 fields, the trailers, and they face off with Vivo KEYD during their rotation. So we know they don't like early confrontations, right? But once they get everything they needed, they keep still avoiding. So it tells me that maybe in the beginning of the game they don't feel confident with their skills. But of course, all of these guys practice every day, and they got the skills needed to play this game.
I get what it said. I was saying that maybe their skills are in the better use of utility.
Yes, agreed.
And now we see Iago trying to find the players from God Unidas. He spotted the rotation from God Unidas over there. Found some shots on Minuzi. God Unidas coming with some changes in the lineup. We don't see Arruda playing. We see Mike, Bops, Minuzi, and Miguel starting the day for God Unidas. And I think that the main core of God Unidas is Mike and Minuzi. However, sometimes we see Minuzi leaving the squad, and that puts the team in worse positions where they should be. And we see Corinthians once again coming back to their strategy that worked, playing by the beach houses, right, Carol?
And FURIA team adopting a new strategy using cars. I mean, we haven't seen a couple of times they doing that, but not very used to. And they are also, like Corinthians, adopting their same drop place. I mean, in the overtop view here in this hill specifically. And they got a Booyah, the first Booyah from last weekend that they play in Purgatory. They got a Booyah in the same spot.
So we see that FURIA is probably trying to learn from the things that they did right, not from their mistakes. And we see that Bolin is playing today.
A newbie.
Bolin is playing today. The player that is not playing is
Field.
It's Field. Field is not playing for today. And Bolin is being spotted by Hazur, sending some bullets towards Bolin. And now he's being healed by himself.
Well, one of the team players used
I thought it was
the
him.
gun.
It was him using the gun on himself. But we see that the players from Corinthians are now aware of where FURIA is. We see a loot box dropping inside of the river, so that there will be no confrontations for that loot box, because FURIA knows that Corinthians is watching, and Corinthians knows that FURIA is watching, right, Carol?
Yeah, and actually the drop. Netshoes Miners engaging to Team Liquid.
Netshoes Miners engaging against Team Liquid, but leaving it worse as the fight starts with the first player down by Netshoes Miners. Peusada trying to find some shots on the ice put by Netshoes Miners, and he puts Cebolinha to the ground once again. Bolinha needs to get healed by its teammates, and we see Lucas TD going over, trying to rush the Netshoes Miners squad, and the grenades are coming in from Peusada. Peusada trying to find the Kobe's on the players from Netshoes Miners. And now Boss is really close, but Natividade, he's working towards that Kobe award. And the grenades are coming in. Cebolinha is on the floor as well as Boss. The shots coming in. The first team fight of the day happening. Lucas TD is on the ground. O Train Bebê is also on the ground. And ENG is following them. Only Natividade is still standing for Netshoes Miners, who's got wiped out. Peusada doing his job, getting 2 kills. And getting 1 kill, and MVR confirming his 2 kills. But Team Liquid was left with only 2 players, Carol.
I got a little bit confused what happened, because I didn't saw that MVR were in the assistance. He were in the support with the double sniper, but now all makes sense because he spotted the last player, Natividade, who were also giving support, throwing grenades. But Team Liquid got the best, of course, performance here, because of MVR that decided to stay away and giving the support that Team Liquid needed. And even though they are down to 2 right now, Marcelo, it's good for them to scoring points for killing, right?
Now they will probably play the safe game, work from inside of the safe zone, and try to score some points by the placement on the end of the game. We know that Team Liquid scored their first Booyah in last season. It was an emotional moment for us. We had the opportunity to cast the first Booyah from Team Liquid, and now we see that region near the river is probably where the safe zone is going, because we have already 5 teams going over there. Nitroxx Top10, God Unidas before, Corinthians, FURIA, SS Esports was getting close as well, the 6th team to get to that place. So maybe it indicates that the safe zone will go there, right, Carol?
Exactly. And we see that Nitroxx Top10 gave us quite a show last weekend, getting the first triple booyah this season. Yesterday, of course, Vivo KEYD also got a triple booyah, but see a triple booyah from players that came from Serie B, and doing this kind of job that we were expecting from teams from Serie A, it is everything, which makes me a huge fan of Nitroxx Top10. But talking about the players from Serie B,
And make me a fan of Team Codasolid.
Team Codasolid is doing the safe game, Marcelo.
Playing the safe game, trying to enter the safe zone from the north, as we see Loud, who might be the door holder for them inside of the safe zone. And as we said, by the east of Brasilia, by the east of Marble Works, the west of Brasilia, the northeast of Golf Course, that's where the safe zone is going to end up, Carol.
And Corinthians got one of the best position. FURIA also got one of the best position. FURIA won one of their booyahs in Purgatory in the same exactly position. But Loud and Team Codasolid playing the safe game that can give them chances to avoid the battles and maybe to get a good spot in the late stages of the game.
But maybe Team Codasolid will not avoid battles, because they know that Guerra is inside of that house and they are rushing and trampling Guerra. Vitinho XP once again getting the kills for Team Codasolid. He is the kill leader for the team and one of the kill leaders for the season. The number 3 player in kills for this season is Vitinho XP. Vitinho XP, for you guys to understand it better. But we know that INTZ is now down to 2 players only, and they have to fight to remain alive until the end of the game. 2 teams with only 2 players remaining, INTZ and Team Liquid, Carol.
And INTZ, who had also in the beginning a confrontation against Loud, is not starting having a good day here, right, Marcelo? They will find problems, and let's see if they will come back to the exactly a thing that will happen with them in the middle of the competition, which was the seesaw performance.
Yeah, we have to know which INTZ is coming up today, as you see Victor trying to use the wall banks to hit the players from God Unidas. But they are inside of the house and they feel safe over there. However, Team 1 getting to the center of the safe zone, keeping themselves alive, and we know that Team 1 needs to score some points to get away from God Unidas, who is in the last placement in the table. Since God Unidas still play tomorrow, they have one more day of playing. And now we see the shots from Team 1 going after the players from FURIA.
And we started day saying for us to keep an eye on Corinthians, Loud, and SS Sports. Personal confrontations also before it in Codasolid, but not forgetting about God Unidas and Team 1. And right now, FURIA again in the center of the safe zone. Is that the time for FURIA get the booyah that you said, Marcelo?
Maybe FURIA will get the first booyah that I dreamed about. I dreamed about two booyahs from FURIA, and it's not that I'm cheering for FURIA. I just dreamed of it. My subconscious says that FURIA will have a double booyah for today, but we see Loud engaging in the fight against Team 1, and Loud already has a kill, the kill that happened in the early stages of the game, the first blood on Lucas Kawan from INTZ, and now we see they trying to engage against Team 1, maybe to try to fight for the best spot inside of the next safe zone. As we see Iago trying to find the players from God Unidas who has to cross that path, and Chinês found the shot on Minuzzi. God Unidas being targeted by 2 teams as of right now. Bolin puts Juan to the ground and Pão puts Ítalo back to the lobby. One more kill for Team Codasolid, and there are players lying on the ground for B4 as well. We see R7 helping Juan over there, and God Unidas is really close to B4 as we see SS Esports also over there, and Nitroxx Top10 maybe trying to get some spoils of war. As we see Iago trying to find the information. R7, is this the best place to fight right now, Carol?
Yes, I would love to have the place that before is tennis right now because they got the cover. They just needed right now to be ready to defend their place, which they can. He's gonna die, and he knows it.
Aranha knows it.
Yeah.
He had the kill on the player from Loud. It was Kronos who went down, and now he is doing his taunt inside of the safe zone. But now we see Team 1 fighting against Loud, and Loud taking lots of damages, but Juan joins that fight and gets the takedown for B4. As we see Corinthians fighting Team Liquid, and 2 players from Team Liquid putting Gelo and Zenak to the floor. Team 1 stole the kill. I mean, 1-9 stole the kill for FURIA. And now the players from Team Liquid making it rain on the players from Corinthians, bringing Corinthians down to 2 players. We see the grenades coming in. VN10 finds Kawan and sends him to the floor. The only players remaining for Loud have only a bit of life left. And look at Team 1 wiping out Loud. Amazing job by Team 1 using the rush. As we see Nitroxx Top10 going over, trying to get the players from SS Esports. MTS using the grenades. He found 1 player now, and Spill is back to the lobby by the usage of grenades from MTS. J8CZ trying to rush and trying to find the players from SS Esports. Jubin is behind the eyes. He knows that he has to reposition himself.
Ooh.
Oh my god, MTS! MTS! My god, the grenade swiping out the whole Nitroxx Top 10! They send the newcomers back to the lobby. What an amazing job by MTS! The kill leader for the season gets 4 kills in his pocket.
3 more kills, he will reach the same spot where Ousado is right now.
He will get to Ousado with 3 more kills. Minuzi trying to find a better positioning to fight. We see Team Codasolid rotating, and Team 1 trying to stop them inside of the safe zone. The grenades are coming in, and lots of damage comes on players from Team Codasolid. They are trying to use their medkits to remain alive over there, but VN10 with the grenades put Quali and Punk to the floor. Only 2 players still standing for Team Codasolid. Amazing job by Team 1, and Peusada gets 2 kills over there, and he's scoring points for Team Liquid. But MVR is on the floor, and now he has to work all by himself. Team Liquid gets wiped out, but an amazing job by the 2 players that remained alive. Team 1 still trying to find the shots. VN10 doing a good job. Boot on, sends Ousado to the ground. That's a direct confrontation. Drizzy eliminates the whole Team Codasolid, and Team 1 still alive and fighting in this purgatory map. 5 teams still up, 19 players. We have the fights going on. FURIA with only 3 players. VN10 finds 1-9. He's doing a great job with that AWP. VTR trying to fight the players from FURIA who are surrounded in the center of the screen. Bialgod finds the kill on Azai. And now it probably gives FURIA the time to run and hide, as we see Unidas trying to find before. The grenades are coming in. Bops trying to use the grenades, but Jubinha finds Minuzi, and R7 steals the kill. Once again, the players are down outside of the safe zone. SS Esports still trying to fight. Iago gets to inside of the safe zone. 4 teams remaining. Unidas gets wiped out and sent back to the lobby. We have SS Esports, Team 1, FURIA, and B4 still alive. Ooh. Team 1 not alive anymore, and the grenades from MTS once again doing an amazing job, wiping out everybody. So it's Booyah! SS Esports! Oh my god, put on! What are you doing? Oh my god, SS Esports, what a job done by those kids! Jubinha, MTS, what an amazing game by SS Esports, Carol! They are trying to come for Corinthians. They have the opportunity, and is today gonna be the day, Carol?
Today can be the day, Marcelo, because they start with the right foot with 9 booyahs in their baggage right now, Marcelo. 9 booyahs. They were with 8 booyahs, the only team with 8 booyahs.
And look at what MTS did. 3 grenades, 6 kills.
Marcelo, he right now reached where, he passed.
He reached Ousado. He tied Ousado.
Yeah, he tied with Ousado with the 7 points for killing. And 3 booyahs in Purgatorio, 3 booyahs in Bermuda, and 3 in Kalahari. And right now, one more booyah. I mean, blow up my mind right now because SS Sports start saying that they came to take the top one with this booyahs. 7 points for killing by MTS, who is the MVP again with Ousado, of course, but by the end of the day we will see that. But SS Sports 26 points for the booyah.
And
But
Carol,
Team
this is not a
One-
booyah. This is a statement.
But Team 1 also, guys, we started day saying paying attention on the top of the table, but paying attention also in the bottom, because Team 1 also came to contest their place here, and they probably have already passed God Unidas.
They were ahead of God Unidas, and now they are going for Pain Gaming. They are trying to reach Pain Gaming as of right now, but SS Sports was 39 points behind Corinthians. Now they are only 17, Carol, because Corinthians scored only 4 points. Loud scored only 2 points. This fight is getting messy, Carol.
I'm very excited to watch all the other matches that will come, Marcelo, because this already gave us the taste of the battle that we want to watch.
And this late confrontation between the 5 teams inside of the safe zone was dominated by SSE Sports with the usage of grenades from MTS. He summoned Stephen Curry, LeBron James, all the Toon Squad. Since we have
The Kobe.
Space Jam coming over.
Oh,
Space Jam is coming over.
yes!
So he summoned the whole Toon Squad. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd, Lola Bunny, everybody. And found the shots with the grenades on the whole teams that were lying on the floor. And it was amazing to see SSE Sports. We'll probably have the schedules coming up on the screen for you guys to understand what's going on. It will come up right now for you guys. SSE Sports reaching the 3rd place.
Wow.
Team Codasolid stealing what would be the 4th place that before had from them, keeping themselves in the 4th place, but the difference is now on only 27 points, Carol.
Only 27 points, but SS Sports, it's winning. 19 points. What you said?
They had 26.
20. Okay, but what I want to say is that they are winning in booyahs and kills. They are the only ones with 215 kills, 9 booyahs, and an amazing performance. They started the day with the right foot. They came for the battle. They are here to steal the top of Corinthians. And if Corinthians keeping having the same performance that they did yesterday, Marcelo, they will lose it for SS Sports.
They might lose it to SSE Sports indeed, Carol. And we know that Vivo KEYD is the only team who has more kills than SSE Sports, but they played 5 more maps than SSE Sports. So that leaves SSE Sports in a placement where they can work their way up calmly and finding the better fights for them to fight, since they scored that crazy amount of points in this first match, right?
Yes, exactly. But also Loud, who started the day in the 10th place, already got 2 more points, and they have passed Metagaming. And let's see what will be their growing here today. Team 1 getting closer of Team Liquid, getting closer also of Pain Gaming, and their goal right now it's to get away of the relegation zone. Team Liquid, they had good battles, but they can connect in the end of the game again. Of course, they were down to 2. INTZ, bad start, of course. Netshoes Miners, again, a bad start. But FURIA had also a good start, right, Marcelo?
Yeah, they had a good start, but what amazes me is that we started 2 weeks ago with Team 1 having no chance of leaving the last place. And we may end up this day today with Team 1 out of the relegation zone. That was some amazing matches from Team 1 yesterday, and they were doing a good job to start the day as well. They are doing a better job in Purgatory. It seems to be their favorite map, and I'm eager to see if they will leave the relegation zone today, Carol.
Yes, I'm definitely eager to see that as well, Marcelo. I said that before we go for the matches, I said that I started the day being so excited to watch the match today. And with this Booyah of SS Sports, 26 points for the Booyah, I'm even more excited to watch Kalahari and Bermuda.
But you know what I'm eager for as well?
What is that?
Some water. I need to hydrate, so please break. Let's go to break. As we have the ice protecting players from INTZ, but SS Sports is trying to rush in. Bolt on finds the first takedown, and now the players from SS Sports MTS getting the triple kill and wiping out the whole INTZ squad. We are back live, and Carol is doing the joinha. You know that the joinha is a trademark from Brazil, the joinha trophy for you guys. And we are getting ready for the second map of the day. Kalahari Desert is going to get us ready and hot for the rest of the day. And my microphone was too far away from my mouth, and probably you guys were listening to me mumbling, but now I'm saying it the right way. And as we are going to see here, MTS getting 7 kills, probably hitting Ousado, as we see in our feed down here. He reached Ousado in the first place, Carol.
Yeah, and Mangod coming back for the MVP list. Iago as well coming back for the MVP list. Vitin getting the 70 points for killing as well behind of Ousado and MTS. But what's more exciting here today is that MTS and Ousado, both of them are playing against each other. So we will see not only again the fight over the top 1, but the fight for the MVP.
But what amazes me is that MTS took only 1 game for MTS to reach Ousado. 7 kills for him in this match. What an amazing job by SS Sports, Carol.
What an amazing job. Like you said, 26 points. It's a statement.
Their best map in LBFF Season 5.
The best round in Free Fire Brazilian League this season. But looks like, guys, Marcelo is hearing something.
Yes, I'm hearing the control tower, so we are clear to take off. Let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R14D2, heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten our boards, cause it's time to drop, Carol!
It is time to drop, Marcelo, and we are heading straight to Kalahari map. The map that we know we have personal confrontations against B4 and Santos. But Santos is not playing here today, so B4 decided to come back to their refinery. They came back to their home. But let's see who is going to be the first team to go back to the lobby.
We see Corinthians taking the control point, as they usually do in this Kalahari map, and that worked for Corinthians. Corinthians had an amazing time controlling the map from the command post. They were the team that scored the most points in Kalahari for the past weeks, and maybe Corinthians is trying to bring back the game that they had in the past few weeks and not the game that they had yesterday, right, Carol?
And also, if Santos, it's a team that comes for before in Kalahari map. Metagame is a team that it's also on the way of Corinthians, but they are not here today, so Corinthians can be in a great piece because they have all the command post all by themselves. And we are focused on Corinthians right now because they are on the top. They are couple points away of Esports. We haven't seen that in the past week. They keep getting gaps ahead the other teams, but because they had a bad matches in the last weeks, today they are standing in a position where they can lose it.
And now we've seen before as well, as you said, Carol, taking the refinery over there, looting the surroundings. We don't have any teams surrounding the refinery, probably because they figured out that before would not be playing over there. Santos is not here today, so the refinery was up for grabs, right? Some teams could have gone to refinery.
Yes, exactly. Especially because they know. I mean, I think the teams, they only go to the refinery when they saw the opportunity to get points against Santos or before. And because before decided to change that, teams are not very interested in that. But even though they know that before, and Santos keep going in there. And we have seen that Pain Gaming, they have this kind of game where they also came for Santos and they got few shots over them, Marcelo. So let's see who is going to be the team to come for before in this specifically match, because Refinery, indeed, it is one of the best calls in Kalahari.
And that was my point. We know that the refinery is one of the best calls in Kalahari map, and no team tried to change their drop calls to refinery, knowing that Santos will not be playing today and take control of a central region of the map. And now we see that FURIA might engage into a fight against Loud. They were in the middle of their rotation and they found the Loud players over there. Brabox leading the charge for Loud, as we see Kawan and Kronos trying to get together and help Brabox in this rush against FURIA, but the players from FURIA are well positioned and ready to fight, Carol.
And this is a fight I really enjoy to watch, FURIA against Loud, because both of the teams are very aggressive. They are really good with assistance and rushes. One of the best, I would say, very well splitted. FURIA and Loud, they have the best teams, even though they have different points in our table right now, but MemGod, best assistance, and Kronos as well, best assistant.
And now we see the teams splitting themselves near the houses to take the best spot to fight. As we see MemGod rushing from the side of their house. They are in the shadow of the house, preparing for that rush. No, they are preparing to take off. They're preparing to leave that place, and they do not want to engage into this fight against Loud. And now they use the containers to help themselves, but they are being targeted by Corinthians as well. Hazard puts 1-9 and 2 players from FURIA go down 2. The shots from Loud, and they will get out. They will get wiped out. What an awful rotation by FURIA. Now BLGod is the only player alive. 2 kills in the hands of Loud, 1 kill in the hands of Corinthians. But now Loud has to deal with Corinthians as well, because they went to get the kill on BLGod. Kawan is the one inside of the house. He's trying to find the best place to fight, and MemGod puts Brabox to the ground and sends him back to the lobby. But he's right after that, he gets sent to the lobby, but not without taking a player from Loud with him. Butch on trying to pressure the players from Team 1, and he did an amazing job. MTS puts the first player down, and he's now leading the charge. He gets the kill against VTR with the grenades. Butch on gets Dreezy back on the lobby, and Jubinha puts Azai. Oh my god, SS Esports just trampled, just destroyed Team 1. Right now, as they wanted, they entered the house without knocking and put 3 players back on the lobby with ease. Amazing job by SS Esports. It seems that those players came to play.
They indeed came to play, Marcelo, but also who came to play, because it's not the beginning of the map, it is Netshoes Miners against Team Codasolid. And I tell you what, I'm putting my expectations on Team Codasolid.
And now Vitinho has already put Cebolinha to the ground. And he has to fight. And Netshoes Miners have to fight with only 3 players. The grenades are coming in from Natividade. Trying to find the shots. Vitinho puts the train on the floor as well. Two players down by the hands of Vitinho. Vitinho puts a EGzinha and finishes off Cebolinha. Will he get the quadra kill? He has Only Natividade to deal with. Natividade puts Pong to the ground and finishes off. And Vitinho Peck gets a kill. And the Netshoes Miners is back on the lobby. 3 kills from Vitinho, Carol.
And I said it. Team Codasolid against Netshoes Miners. My hopes were in Team Codasolid. Not because they have... I mean, it is because they have been getting a great results around here. But also Netshoes Miners... There's something about them that is not connecting anymore in the game. They have been in a squad over 2 seasons, and right now they cannot find themselves anymore in the game, Marcelo.
And it seems that Ousado spotted someone over there. And it's trying to get some shots on that tree.
Well,
And now we saw the little man coming in, but Phoenix finds the headshot! Amazing headshot by Phoenix. SS Esports is here to play today.
what goes around comes back around, Marcelo.
And we see that Corinthians is trying to find the players from SS Esports, but they are in the middle of the danger zone, and that could be dangerous.
That could be definitely dangerous.
That
But
could be dangerous. I love Michael Jackson.
he's even dancing here, guys.
I love Michael Jackson.
And you know what? Corinthians is trying to keep it up with the game. They know right now that it's really important to have this fight against SS Sports. But SS Sports know it is best to retreat and not losing their points right now.
Now Peusada puts Lucas Kawan to the floor, but look, MVR was also on the floor. And now Ítalo trying to find the shots on Team Liquid. As we see INTZ fighting Team Liquid by the Parisian. And Team Liquid might be retreating and not engaging into this fight, Carol.
And I mean, the best position it is for INTZ. They got the cover. They got not only a cover, but a cover with the upper view, so which makes a lot easier for them. If one of them fall down, they can easily heal the player. And well, about Kalahari map, which it is a very strategic map, any kind of cover counts for the players. So I would definitely position myself in a place even with the smallest cover, because when the safe zone shrink in the out open and you don't have the ice that you need, you're gonna find yourself in a very bad moment.
And Corinthians now has to deal with B4 coming over. Bobs from God Unidas leading the rush to the control post. We see the control post will be the center of the safe zone. As we see SS Sports also trying to take that spot that belonged to Corinthians on the beginning of the game. We see Liquid trying to enter the safe zone from the north, as Loud is down to 3 players. We know that if that fight happens, Team Liquid would have the advantage in numbers. Team Liquid getting closer to the refinery that was abandoned by all teams, and even before abandoned the refinery, and they tried to rotate. But where is B4 right now? I can't see them on the map.
Nitroxx Top10 over there, SES, Team 1, INTZ, Corinthians. Yeah, well, they are very well hidden. Team Codasolid over there. I cannot even spot them as well. They didn't even go back to the lobby.
They did not get back to the lobby.
That's kind of weird.
Oh, they're in the center.
Yeah, in the middle between Team Liquid, Corinthians, and God.
And now the safe zone closes to the command post, and they will try to engage into the fight against Corinthians, but they will have to deal with Team Liquid coming from behind.
And Team Liquid lose their favorite place for God Unidas right now, because God Unidas is on the top of the antenna.
The antenna. And now you see the B4 squad that we wanted. We were wondering where they were, and they are well hidden in the houses. But now they know that Loud is trying to come over them, as Quali gets the kill on the player from God Unidas. Team Codasolid trying to enter the control post as well, the command post as well. Vitinho finds the kill on Bobs. One more for Vitinho with a nice headshot on Bobs. Lobato getting the Kevlar 4 for him to have better protection against impacts? You want protection against impacts? Get Kevlar 4. Kevlar 4, the best for your health.
And here's a guy that you guys can hire for your advertisements. Marcelo Ferrantini.
Here we are. And now we see Team Liquid rotating, trying to get to behind Team Codasolid because that fight is going on, and we see Unidas trying to get the kills on the players from Nitroxx Top 10, and it seems that that would work, but NTS steals the kill and finds Spill over there to get one more for him on the rankings. He is making it rain, and Team 1 is getting wiped out by INTZ. Bad game by Team 1, going back to the lobby with only 1 point. Jubinha fights Aranha now before fighting against Loud as well. But we see Unidas trying to defend their spot against Team Codasolid, and the rain of bullets coming for Team Codasolid, sending them back to the lobby. Only Quali is still alive, and probably not for much time. The drops came for Unidas. They have the boxes to keep them alive, and look at Team Liquid! Team Liquid losing 3 players to the safe zone! What happened? And MTS still making it rain with the grenades, and Team Liquid gets so wiped out by the safe zone. What happened?
Was that decision of them?
I don't know, but INTZ is getting trampled once again by SS Esports, who is doing an amazing job on the rushes with all players still alive. 8 kills for SS Esports right now. They got 14 on the first map, and now they got 8 kills with a quadra kill.
And with a booyah,
they get a booyah. They had a booyah.
No, but if they get a booyah right now, they will pass Corinthians.
They will go over Corinthians. With the booyah, they can get over Corinthians right now. It's an amazing job by SS Esports starting the day today. We see Noda and Kawan trying to survive over there against Corinthians. Rosado trying to find the shots, but it's not working for them. Noda will have to try to leave, but Hazur finds the kill and puts him back to the lobby. And only Kawan remaining for Loud. That will secure some amazing points for Corinthians. They need those points to fight SS Esports for the top of the rankings, since SS Esports is coming with eagerness for them. Unidas have lost a player who fell down from the antenna, and Kawan gets wiped out because of the safe zone. He chose not to give points for Corinthians, as we see Bobs trying to rotate and maybe helping Miguel over there, but Miguel gets back on the lobby after the quadra kill from Unidas, and the grenade coming in for Lobato. Lobato is on the ground, and now Iago will have to reposition himself. Team Codasolid with only 1 player. Lobato gets half-life remaining, and he will not be helped. He will be blown off by the grenade from Bobs, who gets the kill on Lobato. We see Mike rotating with Minuzi, and they need to find the last player from Team Codasolid. That's Quali. And Bobs just killed himself. We needed that. Thanks, Bobs. We needed that. But Quali steals the kill and gets the numbers on Bobs. Good job by Quali right now. He has only an inch of life remaining. He heals himself, and he's trying to escape from inside of the safe zone. He using the ice to get to a better placement, better positioning, but he will leave ahead of SS Esports. He can mess up the plans for SS Esports if he stays quiet. But Mike sends Iago back to the lobby, and now Unidas goes back to the lobby because Jubinha got the kill. It will be a direct confrontation between Corinthians and SS Esports, as it seems, Carol.
And we were here to watch that SS Sports against Corinthians, not only in the table but in the game as well, Marcelo.
MTS with the grenades, blowing the ices inside of the house, and the grenade coming in for Rosado, and MTS puts 2 to the floor. He was down, and he puts 2 players from Corinthians to the ground, and now SS Sports will touch and trample Corinthians. They have the chance. MTS is back on his feet. They have the chance to go over Corinthians inside of that house. MTS doing an amazing job, an insane job with those grenades. Jubinha trying to help. He finds the shots on the missiles, but MTS is back to the floor because Victor found the grenade on him, and Shinez finishes off Buton, and MTS goes back to the lobby. It seems the Nitroxx Top 10 will save Corinthians in this match, as we have Phoenix and Bujon still alive for SS Esports. The players are fighting to remain alive. Phoenix goes down. It's Nitroxx Top 10 against Corinthians, and Corinthians goes back to the lobby, so it's booyah! Nitroxx Top 10! They steal the protagonism from Corinthians and SS Esports, doing their job with the grenades. The newcomers are here to fight, Carol!
Yes, indeed, Marcelo. And if Team Codasolid had a really good day today, maybe today it is the time for the second team that came all the way from the second division of Free Fire Brazilian League. It is Nitroxx Top 10. And this is their 6th Booyah here in Free Fire Brazilian League, Marcelo. And well done. They got the position as much as Esports and Corinthians did. But that were the time for them to get this Booyah. Even though SS Sports got great points for killing Marcelo, Corinthians end up in the second place. So right now, they maybe SS Sports got closer of Corinthians, but Corinthians with 13 more points will get a little bit more away of SS Sports.
And Corinthians woke up by the end of the game. They played the positioning game that they are used to do, and they got better results than what they had yesterday.
What happened with them? They trembled to see SS Sports getting closer of them. And there it is, the confirmation of our Booyah. First place for Nitroxx Top 10 with 19 points, SS Sports 17 points, and Corinthians, our top 3 is formed by newcomers, experienced guys fighting over the top, Marcelo.
But we see the two newcomers, Nitroxx Top 10 and Team Codasolid on the top 4. The two teams fighting for the leadership of the rankings, also in the top 4. But good job by Unidas getting 11 points, as Team 1 got only 1 point and Team Liquid got only 2 points. It seems that Team Liquid is not fully aware of the fact that they might end up the day inside of the relegation zone.
Yes, and you use the correct word. They are definitely not aware, because if they were, Marcelo, I wouldn't think twice to change my rotation to avoid fights and to get at least points for position if I not can get points for killing. So right now, which is more important for Team Liquid, indeed, it is to get the points for the positioning in the late stages of the game.
They're trying to choose their fights, but they are choosing wrong fights, and that is hurting Team Liquid a lot. And we will see the standings for you guys to understand the picture for the top of the rankings right now. We see SS Esports getting the second place from Vivo KEYD right now, and getting to only 23 points behind, 33 points behind Corinthians right now in the run for the lead. 33 points is doable in a day, right, Carol?
Yes, 22 points, it's sorry, it's very doable in a day, Marcelo. And by the end of the day, if they keep the same consistency that they are having, because they are not only worried about the position, they are coming for the kills, Marcelo. They are getting the points by killing, not avoiding confrontations, and they are winning that. They are, we saw that stuff when they came for FURIA. They are definitely doing their job. Sorry, who came for FURIA was loud. But anyway, they are doing their job around here. And Team 1, again, coming closer of Team Liquid. They are even more closer right now, Marcelo. And let's see if in Bermuda map, they will have the chance to at least pass in points, couple points of Team Liquid.
We know that Bermuda map is coming up for you guys very soon, but Team Liquid needs to wake up, and we see Nitroxx Top 10 getting closer to the top 12, and Netshoes Miners still not getting points today. INTZ, who started the week in the 9th place, is now on the 14th place, and they scored just a few points, and it's getting dangerous for INTZ as well.
And as much we are focused on the first, second, and third place, and also in the bottom, I have never seen a battle over the middle of our table so hard like these guys here. FURIA, Santos, Loud, Metagame, Los Grandes, Netshoes Miners, Nitroxx Top 10, INTZ. I have never seen they fighting so much to be inside of the top 12, which it's very good. It is Free Fire Brazilian League, and this is the kind of fight we like to watch.
And we indeed like to watch, and we have 4 more maps to watch in this fight as of today. Carol, what do you expect for this Bermuda map?
Well, I tell you what I'm not expecting, which is to see a Booyah from Unidas, because they are the only team this season who haven't who have not scored 15 points at least. We haven't seen the contrary.
Per day, right?
Per day, exactly. And more than 40% of the team points were in Bermuda. So I'm not expecting to see a Booyah from them, but that will be more than welcome because most of their points here were made in Bermuda, Marcelo.
And their last Booyah was in Bermuda, and their only Booyah,
The only Booyah.
actually was in Bermuda, and it happened in week 1, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Getting to the
That was in
the
week 1.
standings. Yeah, the round 3, the first week in LBFF season 5, the first Monday we had here, and we need to study that a little bit and get a little hydrated, right, Carol?
Yes, exactly, Marcelo. So what do you think about a break?
Yeah, I believe that a break is needed. So let's go to the break and we'll be back in a minute. Team Liquid has to fight against Nitroxx Top 10 and before they're sandwiched. Nitroxx Top 10 goes on Belzada! Belzada! Oh my god, the grenade launcher! Belzada! Is this the time? Is this the time for Team Liquid? Oh my god! The grenade launcher once again! Belzada tries! Juan tries to defend himself with the ice barriers. The grenade launcher is still in the hands of Belzada. They have to surround before. And the grenade launcher comes in. 2 players down. Is it now? Is it going to happen? R7 is going to and it's Booyah! Team Liquid!
One time left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
We are back live for the map number 3 of the day here in LBFF Season 5, and me and Carol were discussing the fact that SS Esports has already got 23 kills for the day, and just for you guys to understand how amazing that was, Vivo KEYD scored 34 kills in the whole day yesterday.
Vivo KEYD, who were the best team of yesterday in the whole day, like Marcelo said, 34 points for killing. SS Sports in 2 rounds, Marcelo, 23 points. How amazing is that?
They might break some records here today as we see the teams getting ready. What did you want to point out, Carol?
I just wanted you to see what FURIA is watching right now. They are watching the last round.
The last round, they are
And
watching.
they are getting ready for the next round.
That's a good strategy. You're watching the tape and watching the mistakes that they did, and that infrastructure that FURIA gives to the players is really amazing.
It is. I really enjoy their room of practice where they have the whole maps in the table, and also the TV to watch the matches, and watching the previous match where they went back to the lobby in the first place with only 1 point for killing. And maybe they will fix their mistakes getting ready. But you guys, when you look at Marcelo and see him doing this face, what do you guys think?
I'm watching the planes come over because we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, for the flight R14D3 heading straight to Bermuda, this is your Captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot Carol Bombshell invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
Let's drop so in Bermuda map with the players more than ready to get in fight because Team Codasolid have already one player of them in the floor, Marcelo.
And Quali will be the first player back to the lobby. The first blood goes on because God Unidas got aggressive and are now trying to find the last players from Team Codasolid who didn't get the opportunity to get some weapons. So God Unidas gets the first kill, gets the first booyah. And now they are regrouping to feist on that kill, right, Carol?
Indeed. And God Unidas, which I already said, they are the only team this season that have not have scored at least 15 points in any round. But more than 40% of their team came from Bermuda. Even though they are the second worst team right now, probably the worst team because Team 1 have already passed them. They have a better performance in Bermuda. So let's see if Bermuda will bring them some lucky in this round and they will get a booyah or even points to get away from the relegation zone, which I think it's getting even harder right now with Team 1 getting points.
We see Team 1 trying to climb up the rankings. God Unidas needs to indeed be a little more aggressive, as Carol said. And we see the teams still rotating and gathering their loot and trying to take the better positioning. And we know that Bermuda is usually a map where things are decided on the last minute, right, Carol? We've seen some peaceful matches, some peaceful starts of matches in this Bermuda map.
And if Bermuda is a good map for God, it is the best one for SS Sports because at least 109 points of them were made in Bermuda. And we haven't seen that SS Sports haven't started they really good with the right foot, getting a booyah, getting closer of Corinthians. Let's see right now, Marcelo, if also Bermuda will bring them luck to get 30-ish points that they needed to get closer of Corinthians.
If they lose the jeans pants and trade it for Bermuda, probably it will help. Now we have B4 and Netshoes Miners maybe getting into some confrontations, but it seems that Netshoes Miners will not try to attack the clock tower drop call over there, as we see B4 going for the clock tower once again, Carol.
Which is very funny because when Santos is not playing, they go directly to the same call where Santos is. And when Santos is playing, actually Santos contests the call of Clocker Tower and Refinery in Kalahari. So before goes to Clock Tower and Refinery in Kalahari, but Santos came to take this of them. And even though they change it while Santos is playing the same rounds of them, they also goes when Santos is not playing, Marcelo.
Yeah, it seems like they miss their friends. The B4 squad missed their friends in the clock tower, and now they are leaving the clock tower to the factory, rotating to the factory where the safe zone is closed, but it seems that the factory will be left out of the safe zone in the late stages of the game. So they might be just visiting the factory to know how the manufacturing process works, and then they will leave the factory.
And talking about factory, it is time to work because FURIA once again is doing the rotation behind of Graveyard, going to Blue Eyes, and we know that Loud have the same strategy. So my question is, are they coming for Loud right now, or they are just passing and saying hi?
It seems that they're rotating and saying hi from afar, saying, "Oh, come on, my friend, I missed ya." And now they're still leaving and going straight to Shipyard.
Which voice is that?
I don't know, I just made a voice out of the nowhere here.
But it triggers me about some kind of character that I can't quite remember.
Alvin and the Squirrels, Chip and Dale. It maybe looks like a squirrel voice.
Yeah, kind of.
I just had a voice here, then I did it, and it went out this way. I'm sorry.
And we are watching Loud right now, and I just want to share this information with you guys that they only have I mean, they are the only team to have different players in the top 10 of LBFF this season in each of the main states. So K1, he's right now in the MVP list once again, in the 7th place for kills, and Chronos in the 30th place for damage. But also Noda in the 30th place for assistance. So we can say that Loud team is a very complete. It is squad goals, I would say.
Squad goals, indeed. Each and every one of them doing their tasks the best way possible, and that helps out to reach back to that fight for the top as we had them fighting on the last week, right, Carol?
But if we talk about the squad performance, about this spread game,
The macro game,
the macro game, I think Vivo KEYD will be in the first place.
probably because of the number of kills for each player. If we award points to what they do, we can create a measuring stick for that. I will create a measuring stick for that.
You're
That
awesome.
will be the Marcelo statistic.
Marcelo Ferrantini is statistic with you guys in the next week.
It will be the like. Have you watched the movie Moneyball?
No, I don't think so.
It's about a guy who created a statistic to baseball that was so accurate, but so accurate that became kind of like a bible for baseball teams to choose the players that they are going to hire, and it shows how the performance works for the players using some weird statistics that made the moves so accurate that they just need to read a number on the paper and know, oh, I can buy this guy, I can buy this guy, I can buy this guy. I will do this with free
Okay,
fire.
nice. That seems nice. It seems like very. It's a better way to understand the analytic things inside of, for example, Free Fire.
I'll try to
during
find
the rounds.
this.
Yes, that would be amazing. But would be amazing also to see if Netshoes Miners will decide to engage in this fight with Team Liquid, Marcelo, because right now for me they are the runners because they don't want to engage in any fight.
They're the Forrest Gumps for the season.
The Usain Bolts.
The Usain Bolts for the seasons. The Vanderlei Cordeiro de Lima of the season. And it seems that they will go from inside of the danger zone and taking the damage and saying, ooh, ooh, ooh. It seems like they are tennis players. I miss Guga. I miss Guga playing. When he shouted, he didn't shout, oh, he shouted,
Is this also a strategy for the player, like the breath?
Yeah, it expels the air in a more efficient way.
Nice, nice. But talking about efficiency, Marcelo, we saw two different teams, Netshoes Miners and Team Liquid. Team Liquid got the duo MVP, and Netshoes Miners got the duo Sebotiva, which both of the teams have this duo more responsible for kills in both of teams. So MVP, MVR, who is MVR, and Peusada are most of them are responsible for the kills in Team Liquid squad, and Cebolinha and Nativa are responsible for the kills in Netshoes Miners. And we have already talked about the fact of depending so much in one of two players in the squad. It seems like when one of them goes early back to the lobby, the team seems lost.
Yeah, they rely too much on their main players, and that's something that doesn't happen with Vivo KEYD. That's something that doesn't happen with Esports. That's something that doesn't happen with Loud. That's something that doesn't happen with FURIA.
Yep.
That's something that doesn't happen with Team Codasolid.
Team Codasolid. Even though Vitin is the player who's more killing, we haven't seen great stuff coming from Pão and Quali.
Pão, Quali, and Peck. 3 players doing a good job behind Vitin over there, and we see K1 trying to run from SS Esports, who is trying to engage into this fight. Loud and SS Esports. One more confrontation with repercussions on the top of the rankings, and we are 8 minutes, 9 minutes without a drop, without a kill in this match as we reach the 11-minute mark. And now Kronos trying to rotate to get the best positioning to fight against the SS players, but Phoenix seems to be leading the charge on K1 over there on the top of the hill, trying to fight, climbing the hill, and look at K1!
Wow.
Putting the single bullet on the head of MTS, with Kronos helping, and it seems that SS Esports will not get the best from this fight. Jubinha is also on the ground, and only Buton to fight for SS Esports, and Buton is in the middle of the hills. He will not be able to survive. SS Esports, why did you engage into this fight? You got no points in the match.
0 points in the match. Corinthians is laughing.
Bad call.
Ha 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 ha. Corinthians is laughing à toa. Anyway, it is very bad for SS Sports to go back in the lobby right now with 0 points. They started the day very good. They had the solid game, getting points in the top 3. But what happened right now is that they engage directly with Loud, one of their personal enemies here, Marcelo. And Loud would not at least die in this battle if not taking damage from them.
I think that was some excess of confidence, Carol, because they were in the worst placement. They had to climb the hills if they wanted to engage against Loud, and they could wait for Loud to need to come down and get Loud with a bad position in trying to come down the hills. And they chose to climb the hills because they were fully confident everything is going right for them today, but that didn't go right the way they wanted.
Yeah, it is amazing to have confidence and be secure about your team skills, but also it is very wise to know the time to rush, to know the time to do something, because the teams are always prepared.
The teams are always prepared, and we see Team 1 trying to engage against Loud. One player was already sent down, and the bullets are coming in from Azai. Team 1 needs those points, and they are trying to stop Loud in their tracks to get the best fight. The ice comes in on the end of the slope, on the end of the hill, and now Azai on the floor getting shots from behind because before he is engaging into this fight, and Iago sends Azai back to the lobby. Now Kronos has the time to turn on Team 1 and send VN10 to the floor. K1 is rushing. He knows before is fighting from above, and he will try to go after before, not Team 1.
And we have seen that Team 1 is taking down teams that are very good in the first place. They have already taken down Fluxo team, Loud, and maybe, let's see.
Let's see, they can get Loud out of the game, as we see Bob sending 1-9 to the floor, and now K1 trying to find the players from Team 1. He knows that VN10 is there. He gets the triple kill on VN10, but he now has to deal with Drizzy and VTRX. The two players remaining for Team 1, a team who needs the points, while Pilzada is doing an amazing job against INTZ. The grenade launchers came from Drizzy, but K1 was too close for that. And now he tries to trample the grenade launcher, doing a good job. But Brabox sent him to the ground, and now VTRX is the player who has to fight, as we see Brabox using the Yugi over there and the Saitama skin for the head. He is now on the rankings for the best skin on the season. And now Iago trying to find the kills, and he wipes out Team 1 all by himself. 4 kills for Iago. And now he has Brabox on the floor, and he will try to get the kill on Brabox, not letting the safe zone get it. And Brabox was sent back by the safe zone because Minuzzi stole the kill on Kronos. Team Loud goes back to the lobby, and now Juan finds Pilzada and get the kill. 5 kills for before, 4 on the hands of Iago. Iago, who is fighting for the top of the rankings in the MVP list, as we see Guerra fighting MVR, the last player remaining for Team Liquid, as R7 gets the grenade on Iago, and Guerra was sent back to the floor, and Lobato doing a good job putting MVR back to the lobby. 8 kills for before, and the team has their whole squad still standing. Good job by before. Right now they have an amazing loot to try to fight the end of the match, and the grenades are coming in against Furia. Once again, Bob's doing a good job for God Unidas, who tries to stay alive For the remainder of the matches, we see Team Codasolid fighting in the open field against Corinthians and sending Rosado back to the lobby. But God Unidas know of their position, FURIA knows of their position, and they will have to fight sandwiched by two teams that they are God Unidas and FURIA. Miguel sends a player from B4 to the lobby, but Iago brings it back fighting Nitroxx Top10. Right now, we see Lobato and Juan with lots of damage. They need to use the med kit. The safe zone is closing in on that. And the FURIA team goes out because of the safe zone in the 7th place. Juan is sent back to the lobby because Netshoes Miners came from behind, and God Unidas is joining that fight as well. Bobs will be helped by Minuzi to lift, to get up on its feet. And the whole God Unidas team still standing. 3 players from Team Codasolid, 2 from Corinthians, 4 from Nitroxx Top10, 1 for B4, and B4 has no players remaining because Chinese found the grenade on Iago. Good job by B4 getting to the 6th place with lots of kills. And now we see Team Codasolid with only 3 players trying to rush on God Unidas, and they got the kill on Miguel, which ties things up for this fight to happen. Grenades coming in, and Team puts Bobs to the ground with the grenade once again. He is coming for the players of God Unidas. He rotates and gets Mike with the bubble. He can get another shot, but he is sent to the floor by the safe zone, and now Nitroxx Netshoes Miners getting to the kill. God Unidas goes back to the lobby, and now Codasolid has only 1 player remaining. 4 teams remaining for this fight, and Team Codasolid gets wiped out because Pão chose to die for the safe zone. The grenades are coming in. Igezinho is in the middle of the house trying to survive over there as Cebolinha rushes towards the Corinthians team and sends Corinthians back to the lobby. Netshoes Miners getting the best of a fight. 6 kills for them, but now they have to deal with the whole squad from Nitroxx Top10. Chinês goes to the floor with an amazing shot by Natividade. It's now a 3-on-3 fight, but Chinês is helped by Vitor 7. Vitor is rushing on Natividade. Chinês and Natividade on the ground, and only Cebolinha to fight for the Netshoes Miners team. He sends J8CZ to the ground, and he is sent down, so it's Booyah! Nitroxx Top10! The back-to-back booyahs for the newcomers! These guys can do it, Carol, and they do it! With the team play, Chinês doing a good job, J8CZ fighting in the last team fight, and they sent everybody home to get their 2nd booyah of the day. It's Booyah Nitroxx Top10, Carol.
A double booyah happened already, Marcelo. 30 matches play, and a double booyah happened by the hands of the newcomers this season, Nitroxx Top10, which I already said I am really enjoying to watch their game. They have this aggressiveness in their hand. They are playing, they are positioning themselves very beautifully, and they are taking down players very experienced. Netshoes Miners, who play the 2 past season of the Brazilian League, couldn't handle the strongness, the eagerness of Nitroxx Top10 right now.
Good job by Nitroxx Top10 keeping themselves quiet until the last safe zone, and they started fighting from the east of the safe zone and getting into the confrontations. But a bad game by SS Esports right now. Nitroxx Top10 getting 16 points, and Netshoes Miners getting 16 points, before getting 13 points, and good job by God Unidas getting 11 points, and Team Codasolid getting 10 points. But Corinthians got a little space to breathe on SS Esports right now, Carol.
And again, we are seeing Team Codasolid, Marcelo. They are in the top 5, which is kind of very good for them. They are probably will be among one of the highlights of the day, the teams in the highlights of the day, because they once again because they are keeping the solid game. So Team Codasolid, they are solid. They are very solid.
And Carol, I gotta say, I believe it's the 3rd or 4th day in a row that we have Team Codasolid playing, and that they are heading to the highlights of the day, because what those guys are doing is amazing. As we see Loud getting 7 points after that confrontation against SS Esports, where they get an easy fight on the hill. Team Liquid getting 5 points, and Team 1 getting no points.
Yeah, which makes Team Liquid with 5 more points getting a little bit away of Team 1. But
And Team 1
unfortunately,
needs to look behind because Unidas got 11 points.
And so there was a personal confrontation between those two teams. And SS Sports, 0 points, Marcelo. So I'm very excited to see our table because things probably have changed in favor of Corinthians. And there it is, the confirmation. Corinthians with
42 points.
546 points ahead of SS Esports, which stands with the same points. But Netshoes Miners and Nitroxx Top10, Nitroxx Top10 that started in the 14th position, taking the place of INTZ, and Netshoes Miners also joining back the top 12.
But we see that INTZ is still scoring really low today. Team Liquid is starting to get close to them. That is getting dangerous for INTZ, and Unidas got to only 3 points behind Team 1. That's dangerous because Unidas still play tomorrow, but Team 1 doesn't play tomorrow since they played yesterday. Now we see Loud getting to the 8th place, starting to make a run for the top of the standings, but Team Codasolid getting closer and closer to Vivo KEYD and to SS Sports. They are only 5 points behind SS Sports as of right now, and before also coming with them, Carol.
Which is very nice. We haven't seen much of before this last match, but like you said, Team Codasolid looking very strong. And I didn't say anything, but Team Codasolid got a booyah by Lucky yesterday in Bermuda in the same position where they were, and they were about to engage in a new fight for the booyah, but if they decided to go inside of the unsafe zone against God, and unfortunately their team were damaged by that. But they are looking definitely very strong. This could be a third day in a row where they will see them showing up in the highlights of the day. So well done for Team Codasolid here today, and also Team Liquid scoring points, very slow points, which right now these 3 follow matches will be precisely needed for them to get in the points that INTZ is right now, because they will have to work this at almost 15 points.
Yeah, they need to work to get to the top 12 maybe, because they're a traditional team in LBFF, and it's tough to see Team Liquid fighting to not get relegated instead of fighting to maybe win championships. So let's see if we get better, the best from Team Liquid in the next 3 maps. What is your expectation? What are your expectations for those next 3 maps, Carol?
I'm still waiting, Marcelo, for the booyah of FURIA that you sent today.
I still believe in your eyes. That's from my clubber times.
I'm still waiting for the FURIA to get their booyahs, but in Purgatory we know that Loud got the best performance, and Loud is playing today. We haven't seen much of Loud performances, and we know that one day they go very bad and the other day they will get even more points. So let's see what Bermuda will bring for us, Marcelo, because there is another thing that we will bring right now.
We'll bring the break because we need to dance a little more over here and get hydrated, and we'll be right back. Lucas Kawan went for it, did not expect FURIA players to come over and try to take safe haven on the danger zone, and the fight is happening. Lucas Kawan trying to rotate, finding Bielgad. Bielgad got out of ammo, and the bullets come in, and Aranha put Bielgad to the floor. But 1-9 with the scythe! 1-9 with the scythe! The one-punch man came through! FURIA finds the 2 kills with the scythe from 1-9! Amazing play by the Saitama! We are back live, and we know that you guys are eager to watch LBFF Season 5, but we know that Free Fire creates lots and lots of amazing stories, right, Carol?
And one amazing story will come for us right now in my favorite video of each week on Sunday especially. So I want to say that, Marcelo, because I am Free Fire.
And we'll get to know the story of Pezinho, who is also Free Fire, and I am Free Fire, and I bet you guys are also Free Fire.
Fala, gente, eu sou o Pezinho, eu sou youtuber, sou mobile e eu sou Free Fire. Eu moro na zona rural, eu tenho 2 deficiências, eu não tenho os braços, também não tenho um osso na perna esquerda. E, então, tipo, minha vida foi bem difícil, mesmo que eu moro na roça, tinha que pegar ônibus para ir pro ponto que era longe, etc. A única coisa boa que teve aqui na roça foi que eu baixei o Free Fire, comecei a jogar, comecei a me divertir, e é o Free Fire que mudou minha vida muito. E o Free Fire é um jogo onde você se diverte com os amigos, você pode fazer várias coisas, várias possibilidades, até ficar famoso, né? Foi o que aconteceu comigo.
Sobe capa.
No começo foi muito difícil, né? Como qualquer jogo. Mas lá para a segunda temporada, mais ou menos, terceira temporada, já comecei a me desenvolver, tipo, a ficar melhor. Quando eu falava para as pessoas que eu jogava com os pés, eles falavam, o povo desacreditava. Eu jogava até bem, dava capa. Na segunda temporada eu peguei Diamante 3, que na época era difícil pra caramba, quem jogou sabe. Pra você ter uma ideia, eu já peguei top 20 global, desafiante. Eu sempre tive o sonho de ser youtuber. Criei meu canal em 2012, pelejei. Comecei a gravar, depois entrei. Aí quando eu comecei a gravar com o Free Fire, cara, o Free Fire mudou muito a minha vida porque eu realizei meu sonho, que era ganhar a placa de 100 mil. Eu ganhei. Então, tipo, o Free Fire mudou tudo na minha vida, entendeu? As pessoas que, tanto meus colegas de sala, meus amigos, que acreditavam em mim, enquanto eu estourei no Free Fire, pô, todo mundo me apoiou, todo mundo me ajudou, até o diretor da escola deixou uma aula uma vez para gravar um vídeo. Então, tipo, Free Fire mudou muito a minha vida. Né?
Já voltamos aqui, né? Estamos subindo para a Factory.
Eu tenho um sonho de poder ajudar pessoas como eu fui ajudado, tipo, não tenho intenção de ficar rico, eu tenho intenção de ganhar a vida jogando, sendo feliz, tá ligado? Interagindo com as pessoas, ajudar quem eu puder. Eu tenho pra falar o seguinte, Free Fire muda a vida de várias pessoas todo dia. E treina, corre atrás do seu objetivo, porque hoje em dia tá difícil de crescer, mas não tá impossível de crescer. E eu gastei 4 anos pra chegar onde que eu cheguei. Então, velho, fica mais uns meses, fica mais uma semana, mais umas horas aí. Treina aqui, mano, que sua hora pode chegar. A minha chegou sem eu perceber, então também eu estava esperando. Então, a sua pode chegar também. O importante é não desistir.
It's hard to keep the eyes dry. It's hard to keep the eyes dry because the history of Pezinho is indeed amazing. A guy that is beating his disabilities to make his living with Free Fire, and that shows how strong is the Free Fire community in Brazil and all around the world, right, Carol?
I really have to hold myself to not to cry because I get so emotional watching. This is my favorite part of Sunday here in Free Fire Brazilian League, is to watch the stories of not famous people but people that love Free Fire because they are Free Fire, and Free Fire have changed their lives as much as have changed mine. And I will stop to talking right now because I will start to cry, Marcelo, if I continue.
It's hard for us to keep a serious face, and we hope that Pezinho gets indeed his dream all completed. And I'll do you a favor, Carol. Let's take a break and let's take a breather to get ready for the next maps for the day. We'll see you in 3 minutes.
times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
We are back live and we are getting ready for the fourth map of the day. We're going back to Purgatory to bring those guys over here to the first map of the day, but on the second time. So we'll go back once again, Purgatory, Bermuda, and Purgatory, Kalahari, Bermuda in that order. And now we see B4 doing a good job, but Nitroxx Top10 getting an amazing day today. Team Codasolid, probably the two highlights of the day are the newcomers, right, Carol? And SS Esports with those two matches that they had to begin the day.
I mean, you did the math and you saw that Vivo KEYD 34 points in the whole day. SS Sports, 2 matches, 23 points for killing. I mean, they are doing amazing job, even though they went back in the lobby in the first place, 0 points. Let's see if in Purgatory we will have SS Sports back, because Marcelo!
It's tough to control this plane and we're ready to take off. Let's go! Let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from flight R14D4 heading straight to Purgatory. This is your Captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot Carol Bombshell invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Carol!
And we are dropping back in Purgatory. We know that Brasilia is crowded, so ladies and gentlemen, be ready for the fight of Loud Team Liquid, INTZ, SS Sports, God Unidas, Nitroxx Top10, Netshoes Miners, FURIA, Team 1, Corinthians, B4, and Team Codasolid, because these guys here are no joke today, Marcelo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are heading to Brasilia because Team 1 got 2 fields and really close off Brasilia. Maybe they will engage against God Unidas and B4, but we see some shots going over from Nitroxx Top10, probably targeting Team Codasolid over there. We see the car being the target for Victor. He doesn't want Team Codasolid to have the car to escape. And they know the place. The newcomers are fighting against each other, right, Carol?
Exactly, and as they should, they needed to damage the game of Team Codasolid, because Team Codasolid is ahead of them in a lot of points. But I would do exactly the same. I don't want to give advantage for my enemy. Even though... Ooh, FURIA and SS Sports already?
FURIA and SS Sports going at each other, and Boot on chose not to engage into that fight. But Memgad is trying to get to the beach houses. We know that FURIA likes that drop call, and SS Sports took it from them. It's not a usual drop call for SS Sports. It's usually where FURIA and Corinthians face each other, and maybe that's SS Sports trying to surprise Corinthians by the boat houses, right, Carol?
Exactly. And SS Sports, they go to golf course, they go to MTV, La Quarry. So I don't know what they decided to go to the upper side of golf course, because FURIA, who stands in Central right now, have the perfectly view over them.
And Pedro Ares coming in for boss in Team Liquid, and we know that the team is in Luking also coming in for Lucas TD.
We haven't seen Luking in play since last season. I mean, he played a couple of times, right?
He played just a few maps, indeed. Just, I remember him playing like 5 or 6 maps at all, but 2 changes coming in for Team Liquid. And maybe that was needed because they were having an awful day today. Getting closer and closer to the relegation zone. And after that amazing last week that they had, getting their first booyah, getting good results, we thought that maybe Team Liquid had turned the page. But the start of the day says no, they didn't, right?
And I like the change because Pedro RS, it's a very good player. He have play for teams here in the season. He were in last season. He were in just let me check really quick. If I'm not mistaken, he were playing in Black Dragons with Jubinha and Phoenix, and looking last season used to make a very good squad of Team Liquid, but we saw that in a couple weeks ago the charges for Team Liquid, which that have showed that the team that more works is Boss, MVR, Peusada, and Lucas TD. But having this change right now, let's see what will bring, which kind of impact will bring for them this specifically map.
Let's see what that changes bring. We Carol highlighted well that the team that was playing was the team that got the best results for Team Liquid, but a team that needs to change its mentality right now is Netshoes Miners, as we see them trying to rotate through the river, and it seems that they indeed lost their I don't know, their tightness in the game, their ways of attack. Maybe they're trying to play an old meta game. It seems like they're predictable, right, Carol?
Yeah, they're kind of predictable. They usually go to Brasilia. Right now, this is the second time today they are going to Fire Brigade, change their rotation. But what is the thing about to change rotations so much for Netshoes Miners? They don't want to engage in the early fights. They want to avoid that. But in my opinion, Marcelo, by this time they should be more than ready to fight the teams in the beginning of the matches. They should be a little bit more bowed and come for the teams, you know.
If they always get with somebody in their faces, they need to be ready for that.
Exactly. Even though it's in the beginning, even though it's in the early stages of the game.
If though they don't like it, but they don't like it, but it's part of their strategy, getting places where other teams are. So they need to work on that strategies to maybe get a little improvement on that for them. And as we see Team 1 engaging into a fight against Team Codasolid, two teams that are in different moments of the season for them right now, and we see Pão trying to get the grenade launcher bullets to hit Azai and take lots of damage over there. And Quali now, knowing that the damage was done, trying to get a better positioning to finish off the kills, trying to find the grenades over the ice. Vitinho is doing a great job today and trying to join Ousado and MTS on the top of the rankings for the kill leaders, but also helping Team Codasolid have a solid day. He knows that Drizzy is behind that ice, and he has the information of where to throw that grenade, and that is when he's dangerous. And he passed the information to Pão, who is going after Drizzy. The two players got with no bullets, and Pão sends Drizzy to the floor with a nice headshot. A lot of ice coming in to help Team Codasolid get the cover, and the first blood is on the hands of Team Codasolid against Team 1, who needs to develop a little better, but Azai finds the takedown on Pão. INTZ and before fighting on the other side of the map, and Azai finishes off Pão, but the two players go down. VN 10 puts one more player to the ground, but Peck finishes him off, and Team Codasolid gets the 4 kills, and now Vitinho is brought back to the game, but Pão was left away of the game, as we see FURIA fighting Nitroxx Top 10 closer and closer, going at each other, and then Nitroxx Top 10 goes from Booyah to bottom. From double Booyah to bottom, Nitroxx Top 10 getting trampled by FURIA. And now,
Wow.
the players from FURIA taking their spot to fight against God Unidas. And without contention.
And they were this close to lose this fight against Nitroxx Top 10, Marcelo. Only Memgod was alive.
They won because Memgod remained alive till the end of that fight, and we see Memgod, who is figuring near the top 5 in the kill leaders for the season, still doing an amazing job for FURIA, even though FURIA is not having a good day today. Even though I dreamed that they would have a double Booyah, probably I'm the kiss of death.
Or probably this is going to happen next week.
Or probably, or maybe this will happen in the
In
last
the
3
finals.
maps. Or in the last 3 maps, I don't know.
Yes. But anyway, Marcelo, Netshoes Miners back in their position in Brasilia. FURIA team already well positioned inside of Brasilia, down to 3 players. So something tells me that the last save is going to happen also in Brasilia.
It seems that it's possible indeed, Carol, as you see Loud trying to come for Corinthians, and that's good for SS Esports, the 2 teams that can engage against SS Esports, besides Team Codasolid on the top of the rankings, now facing each other and going at it. We see Zenak trying to use the grenades to find the Loud players, and now he is regrouping with the Corinthians squad, who probably will choose not to engage into this fight. But it seems that Loud wants this fight, and Brabox is rushing inside of the house. He takes lots of damage from Zenak, but he deals a lot of damage to Zenak. And now Gelo is coming over to try to help the support of the team. Gelo rushing to outside of the house, but they have to face off against the players that are outside, and then Noda gets the kill on Osado, but Gelo puts him to the floor. Kronos brings it back and puts Gelo back to the lobby, and Loud getting the advantage on this fight. Kronos puts Hazur to the floor, and there's only 1 player from Corinthians fighting. Hazur is back to the lobby. Noda is helped up by the players, by its teammates, and Osado is sent back to the lobby. Zenak is the last player remaining for Corinthians. He will try to run for it. He will try to make it for his life and to keep Corinthians alive, to get the points that they need, because it's a tough moment for Corinthians not to get points. As we see Kronos trying to find the shots. He's doing an amazing job, and he gets Zenak to the floor. Corinthians goes back to the lobby with only 1 point in its pocket. Carol, that's amazing for SS Esports, Carol.
Marcelo, in Kronos AWM, we trust. Kronos got a triple kill with a double sniper. He is definitely a warlock for Loud team. But yes, great news for SS Sports, because Corinthians is down back to the lobby with 0 points, which helps SS Sports open, getting closer of them. Still a lot of points away, but this is definitely great news. So let's see if SS Sports will take this chance right now and remain alive.
Let's see if they will capitalize on that early elimination from Corinthians. It seems that they were choosing to go straight to the middle of Bermuda, and it changed their drop call. Since they know that Corinthians is not on play, they may choose to fight this map to get to the late stages of the game, not capitalize on kills, but in position, right, Carol?
Yes, exactly, and which will be very amazing for them. They have started the day being the best team of the day, concentrating themselves in the top 3, getting a booyah already, and will be the right moment for them to get a double booyah, especially, and I'm saying that because of Corinthians, and also because Loud is not in this personal confrontation anymore with them. Loud have to worry about before entering Codasolid right now, but SS Sports should definitely focus on the booyah. And something interesting that I just noticed is that SS Sports position themselves where FURIA usually goes, and FURIA decided to change their rotation right now and go for the school of Brasilia down there. So let's see what the safe zone will bring for us, because it is shrinking and will set where the late stages of the game will happen.
And we will have that information in about 3, 2, 1. And we know right now the information. It's to the north of Brasilia, and look who get the best positioning before SS Esports and INTZ, Carol, leaving all the teams outside of it.
I wasn't expect that at all. I thought it would be around Netshoes Miners, FURIA, Loud, and God.
That's amazing for the plans of SS Esports, Carol. Corinthians might be looking at it and saying, "Oh my God, there goes our advantage. And Iago finds the kill on Miguel. He sends him to the floor, but Kawan and Oda steals those kills. And now they are going after God Unidas, but Mike puts Kronos to the ground. The grenades are coming in to avoid that approach from Loud as the players from God Unidas try to go over, and Iago finds the headshot on Kawan, and that helps God Unidas to keep themselves alive as we see Peck engaging into a fight for Team Codasolid against Liquid, but Netshoes Miners getting into the fight as the third name. And Utrain puts Kronos to the ground, puts Noda to the ground, and now Kronos puts Cebolinha to the ground. Kronos holding Loud alive in this triple team fight, and they were in the middle of that fight, so they are poorly positioned to keep themselves alive. We see Team Codasolid fighting against Team Liquid as well, but this triple team fight is happening right now, and it's dangerous for Loud to try to fight it. And now Kawan gets lots of damage on Atividade over there, but FURIA is also joining the party. It's a four-way team fight right now. Bolin takes lots of damage, and he tries to trample Netshoes Miners over there, but 1-9 is also on the floor. Train sent back to the lobby, and Team Liquid gets all wiped out because of Team Codasolid with a quadra kill from Peck. Atividade with the grenade! Damn. He finds 2 kills on the players from FURIA, and now Memgod has the last hopes for FURIA over there as INTZ is fighting against Team Codasolid. We see EGZ trying to get players down. Atividade finished off one more player from FURIA. And now they have only 2 players to fight, but Juan sends Atividade back to the lobby. B4 is joining that party as well, and it's starting to become a war zone for them to fight. Cebolinha sends FURIA back to the lobby, even though Memgod sent him to the floor. FURIA is back on the lobby in the 8th place. And the Netshoes Miners team is fighting from inside of that safe zone, which allows God Unidas to do the warning shots to prepare there to avoid they leaving the safe zone. EGZ will have some tough times to try to leave that safe zone, or he will give the kill to the safe zone and not to the players. That's what might happen, as we see Bops got a better loot of the loot box over there, and EGZ will try to leave the safe zone. We will have that confrontation with EGZ going over the God players. Bops is on the floor with the help of Kronos, who is still alive. The Warlock is trying to get the kills. Minuzi and Mike going for the house. Bops will be left behind, but Kronos finds the kill on Bops. Quadra kill for Kronos. Right now, he is leading Team Loud team to at least the 7th place, but MTS and Butch on finds 2 players down, and Butch on finishes off Quali. Now MTS finishes off Minuzi, and they control the center of the safe zone. Guerra finds the kill on Kronos. Finally, Loud is eliminated on the 7th place. Iago, he is getting lots of kills, but Team Codasolid gets wiped out because of Lucas Kawan. And now B4 going after INTZ. INTZ also back in the lobby. And the Netshoes Miners as well. SS Esports in the top 3. Carol, that's amazing for the team that is fighting for the lead. But before has the better positioning. They have the safe place inside of the house, but the safe zone is going for where SS Esports is at. That's amazing for the team fighting for the top of the rankings. Now we see Juan trying to find the shots on Mike, the player from God Unidas, who is still there, and he gets the takedown on Iago, but Juan finishes him off, and it's a frank fight right now. It's a fair fight between 2 teams with all 4 players still remaining. But Phoenix knows that before we will have to run from the safe zone, and he's trying to shoot and get the kills on the players. Phoenix puts Iago to the ground. Lobato is also on the floor by a shot by Phoenix. Will it be the double booyah from SS Esports? Jubinha getting closer with the Babao. Phoenix finishes off the 2 players. Phoenix puts R7 down. What an amazing job by Phoenix in the late stages of the game, and he gets the quadra kill. So it's booyah! SS Esports! Dance, my boys! Dance, my boys! It's all yours! And Buton is so cute, my man.
He is. He's
Buton
adorable.
Is so cute. It's amazing to see what those guys are doing today. They had 23 kills. to start the day, and now they get the double booyah. Corinthians, look at your mirror. SS Esports is coming for you.
Indeed, SS Sports is coming, Marcelo, with a double booyah today. This is actually, Marcelo, the best points that SS Sports did in one round was 71 points, and right now so far they already have 61 points, and there is still 2 more maps to happen, 2 more matches to come, and let's see what SS Sports will bring to us, because they already brought so much fight, they are so into the game, and I can feel they are getting closer off the top, and let's see if by the end of the day they don't pass Corinthians or even getting a tie.
They were 42 points behind. Now they are only 25 because they scored 18 points and Corinthians scored only 1 point. But look at who is in the second place, Carol. Team Codasolid. What are those guys doing here today? Every map that we see the results, Team Codasolid is in the first place or the second place or the third. Even though they didn't get the booyah today, they're in probably amassing more than 50 points already for them in the rankings today.
And I mean,
precisely
Netshoes
43 points.
43 points, Marcelo. Amazing stuff that you bring for us today. And Team Codasolid will definitely be in our highlights today, right? With SS Sports, and we will figure out who else. But Netshoes Miners also being back in the game in the 4th place, doing an amazing job. Corinthians out to 1 point. Team 1, unfortunately, is still scoring less than Team Liquid that got 2 points. And Nitroxx Top 10 from the booyah to the bottom. But what a bad day again for FURIA team, Marcelo.
Bad day for FURIA once again. They had a bad day yesterday, and it seems that the weekend is not that fast and that furious for them. However, I think the team that will be the highlight of the weekend is indeed Team Codasolid. If SS Esports doesn't repeat what they are doing here today, tomorrow, right?
Yes, exactly, because Team Codasolid had an amazing day yesterday, double booyah yesterday. Today they are keeping themselves scoring points in the top 3, in the top 5. They are getting this balanced game, very consistent, very solid. We have to say that. I know it's a bit tricky, but they are very solid. But if SS Sports eventually finish the day in the first place and tomorrow getting the same results that they are having today, they will probably be the best team of the weekend.
And we see that they are now 25 points behind Corinthians, going over and getting to their 10th booyah, the first team to get 10 booyahs, getting to the top of the rankings in the number of kills as well, getting to 230 kills, leaving Vivo KEYD with the second place. Team Codasolid and B4 also coming with them. Team Codasolid only 35 points behind Corinthians, and we know they're in the same group, so they both don't play tomorrow. Team Codasolid could get really close to Corinthians right now and fight for the top of the rankings on the last round, on the last week. And it's amazing to see that Unidas got ahead of Team 1, but it's amazing to see that Corinthians stood on the top of the rankings for, I don't know, 11 or 12 rounds straight, not being contested. And in one bad week, they might lose the lead to SS Esports.
The thing about Corinthians is even though that Vivo KEYD or SS Sports or even Fluxo team eventually get the place in one day, the next day they got it back.
Yeah.
So they always finish the week being in the first place. But what you said right now make all of sense, because they mess up so much this whole week for them, this whole weekend for them, that right now they are missing to not get to finish this weekend in the first place.
Yeah, it's the first time that when all the teams have the same number of maps played, or when a team has played all the games that they will play in a week, it's the first time that Corinthians will be left off the lead. Probably, we can't predict the future, but probably that's what's going to happen. I don't know, maybe Corinthians scored 30 points in this map and it sends all this reasoning away to the trash can, but it's possible to see Corinthians finishing off outside of the first place in the table for the first time in the season, and right when the season is resolving, right when we are heading to the end of the regular season, and that might take Corinthians, that might cost a lot to Corinthians, because we know that the rankings in the regular season become points in the finals. So they need to wake up, or else SS Esports will come trampling them.
Yes, of course. And before we go for a break, Marcelo, I just want to give a congratulations for Netshoes Miners that start the day in the 4th position and they climb the table to the 10th position right now, which is an average performance, but even though they are trying to get their points inside of the top 12.
So let's see what will happen in the last 2 maps after a quick break, and we'll be right back.
One time left, right, knock 'em out. Two times, knock 'em out. Knock 'em out with the left, knock 'em out with the right. Knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night.
We are back live, and the players are also ready. So let's get to the skies and let's hit the skies. No.
Oh, yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R14D5 heading straight to Kalahari Desert, this is your captain Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot Carol Bombshell invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, cause it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for the last time today to the desert of Kalahari. We know that amazing things happen here, but what amazes me more is to see a Booyah with 33 points like FURIA did, or 29 points like Pain Game did. So right now, it is time to break record, guys. So go for the Booyah with 30 more points.
Or
than
maybe it's
FURIA.
time to break the ruins, because we see Netshoes Miners and Team Codasolid going over there, and Team Liquid is close. And maybe we will have this early confrontation. And how come Netshoes Miners has the boldness to say that they don't want to engage into early confrontations? My God, they are always in the early confrontations.
Right? They always go for a call that is that they have to share it with someone else. So it is kind of a shame for them to run away from the early confrontations. And like you said, I think they should definitely go for it. So if
Or at least admit that they like early confrontations.
So if in Bermuda the best team would be SS Sports, Loud, the best team in Kalahari, definitely it is Corinthians. They got 5 of their Booyahs in Kalahari. The second best, it is FURIA team, of course, but one of the highest scores as well go to Nitroxx Top 10. They have this balance, the balance in the 3 maps. So let's see if also Nitroxx Top 10 will get a triple Booyah today, Marcelo.
Let's see if Nitroxx will get a triple Booyah. And Carol, we know that Nitroxx Top 10 is a team consistent by young players. And can that be that the young players with they coming into Free Fire more recently, since they're younger, and having already the 3 maps since they started playing Free Fire, can that help them perform better in the 3 maps than maybe the players that are playing for a little bit longer, that were used to having only Bermuda and then Purgatory and then Kalahari, and they already had Bermuda as their favorite map when the other maps came into the rotation. Can that nostalgia be getting into the way of the older players?
The thing about to be an old play here is that they getting in their comfort zone. You know, so if they are inside of the comfort zone, they are not too worried to have a great development because they have showed that in the past season. But a player that came here for the very first time, he wants to show what he's came for, what he's capable for, because we know when the next split happen of the next season of Free Fire Brazilian League, the teams change as well. So it is time for to go to new teams. It is like soccer. You are always changing to new teams, but if you are inside of your comfort zone and if you are getting paid for that and nothing changed, probably that's what keeps getting the old players here.
And we see the young players getting amazing results, not only as the newcomers as a team, but younger players getting to teams that are already set are doing an amazing job, as we see. But on, maybe that's what's happening, as we see Juan trying to find the shots on the Corinthians squad. And we see that maybe before will not engage into this fight, right, Carol?
Yeah, but still talking about this comfortable behavior of the old players, it's exactly that. The newbies here, they wanted it more because they have never experienced such thing like that, and the other players are already used to that. Even though the goal it is win, they have been playing for 2, 3, 5, 4 seasons, so it is like play Free Fire every day. You can get enough, but still it is the same thing. And for the newbies, no, it is what they want. You know, it is their goal for their life right now.
They want to live out of Free Fire, so they need to be good in all maps in Free Fire indeed. And we see that maybe that confrontation that didn't happen by the ruins between Team Codasolid and Netshoes Miners can happen right now by the edges of the safe zone, as Netshoes Miners control the entrance of the safe zone. And we see Team Codasolid right by their side on the map, right, Carol?
And Marcelo, I tell you what, if today I could get a team of my own, I would get Vitin from Team Codasolid.
Nice choose.
I would be a little bit in a tied with Memgod and Chronos, but I would choose Chronos because Chronos, even with a closer battle, he's getting points with a sniper. So Vitin, Chronos right now. I would also get MTS or Natividade because both of them are really good with the grenades, and also Will from Loud or Kawan because both of them are for me the best in Rush.
Do you know who would be my squad?
Say it.
Nando 9.
But
A young player with a sniper rifle doing a good job assisting.
But their development, the performance of Nando 9 dropped drastically.
But he's still doing an amazing job assisting the team getting the kills. I'd get Nando 9. As we see Peusada dropping, as you said, to the floor. I would get Nando 9. I would get I forgot the name of the player. Oh my god. I would get Nando 9. I would get Boot On leading the charge. I would get MTR. MTS, sorry, because I saw MVR.
MVR.
MTS. And my captain would be an experienced captain.
Japa BKR.
Java BKR.
I saw it coming. Oh!
Drizzy falling to the minds of falling to the minds of Drizzy. And now Team Liquid with one less player to fight this fight against Team 1. VTRX trying to get to the players, and look at Team 1 holding on against Team Liquid, but the first player to go back to the lobby is from Team 1. Azai is back on the lobby, but Drizzy pays it back, putting MVR back on the lobby. We see Pedro Ares putting VTRX back to the lobby as well, but Team Liquid still have 3 players to fight. But Pedro Ares goes to the floor because Corinthians is joining the party. They may get the spoils of war as they wanted from this fight between Team 1 and Team Liquid. Luking is sent back to the lobby. Gelo gets one more kill with Pedro Ares. Only one player still alive for Team Liquid, and it's Belzada. Belzada trying to run, and he gets the first kill. Oh my god! Team Liquid goes back to the lobby because Drizzy found the kill, but now he has to hold on to himself against Gelo from the other side of the safe zone, from far, far away, trying to get the shots with Zenak against Team 1. They are on their aim, on their sides, but now Nitroxx Top10 is also joining the party with the grenades coming in, but Shinei's taking lots of damages. Gelo doing a good job trying to amass some kills for Corinthians. Shinei's, he needs to leave that place where he has the grenades. 1-9 sends back to the floor. And Team Codasolid fighting against FURIA, but the first player down is Pauline from FURIA. He's back on the lobby. The grenades are coming in from Memgad, and Vitinho is on the floor. Nice job by Memgad. He will put them to the ground.
Wow.
Back goes away. And Memgad amasses 2 kills for FURIA with the grenades. Go be Memgad. As Team 1 is wiped out by Nitroxx Top10, and Team Codasolid has the problems to deal with Memgad right now. We see 1-9 and Memgad going over, trying to find the players. Quali puts 1-9 to the floor, and he sends back to the lobby one more player from FURIA. As we see, the only player still on the fight for Team Codasolid is back, as Quali is sent back to the lobby, and Pão puts Bielgod to the lobby. We see Pão over there with the Balbao, a mano fight against Memgad. Memgad trying to break the ice to get some space to move over there, but he's getting targeted by other teams that are outside of the house expecting for the spoils of war. Pão is inside of the house, and now Memgad has the information. He's trying to get the Balbao to the better positioning as Pão is surrounding him, and now Memgad has to run over, but there are more teams coming in. Pão takes lots of damages, but Memgad still doesn't get a kill. Nitroxx Top10 is trying to get the spoils of war as Natividade comes in with the pet, and Memgad gets the kill on Pão, but now he's all alone to fight the whole Netshoes Miners squad. Aranha puts 2 players to the floor, and that may save Memgad inside of that house. We see Guerra also trying to get the information on the players from Netshoes Miners. The grenades are coming in. Memgad is the one spotted by the players from INTZ, as Natividade and the other Netshoes Miners team are now playing from outside of the house since they know that Memgad is inside. The grenades are coming in. Natividade is trying to find him, and Vitor is now fighting against the Loud squad. Nitroxx Top10 trying to get their 3rd booyah of the day and putting 2 players from Loud on the floor and 1 back to the lobby. Brabox is back to the lobby as Noda was trying to surround the house over there, and he puts Victor to the ground. Now JHCZ has to help Victor and fight Noda, even though he was besides. And look at what Noda is doing! Noda is putting everybody to the ground. And now Spiel with the double vector puts him to the ground, and Kronos is the one fighting for him, but Spiel with the double vector doing an amazing job and saving Shinei's, sending Loud back straight to the lobby. And Carol, do you know what team we did not talked about up until right now?
Which is it?
SS Esports.
Where are they, Marcelo?
Where is SS Esports indeed? And there they are, going after God Unidas with Jubinha using the grappling hook to get into the better positioning. Boot on coming from behind, and the grenade launcher from MTS putting Minuzi back to the lobby, already with the advantage into this fight, as Miguel is on the floor as well because Jubinha bowed him. And now MTS is on the floor, is a victim of this war, and God Unidas has only 2 players still standing. MTS will be helped by its teammate as Miguel reaches the lobby once again, and the grenade from Bobs puts 2 players to the ground, but MTS got to release a grenade as well and put Bobs to the floor. Now Buton has the possibility to cover for his teammates to recover themselves, and Bobs goes to the floor as well. MTS with the grenade launcher, sending Unidas straight back to the lobby. SS Esports trying to amass points, trying to lower the distance between them and Corinthians. As we see INTZ still close to SS Esports, probably the next target for SS Esports, or we may have the direct confrontation. We see that Zenak already spotted the players from SS Esports, and Italo is helping Corinthians from afar, even though he doesn't know what he's doing. Buton puts Zenak to the floor, and Iago puts o Trem Bebê back to the floor once again with a nice headshot. But Corinthians with one less player to fight this fight, as we see Aranha and Guerra focusing in the fight against Netshoes Miners, and Italo and Lucas Kawan focusing in this fight against SS Esports. INTZ all split, trying to get some kills, and R7 will get the kills on o Trem Bebê, as IGzinho is still alive for Netshoes Miners, and it seems that Natividade is also alive for SS Esports. Ousado puts onto the ground, but Jubinha doing a great job. The grenades are coming in, and maybe Corinthians will be wiped out. Zenak sends Phoenix to the floor. There's only one player still remaining for Corinthians into this fight, and he's Azur. He gets the kill, and he wipes out SS Esports all by himself. He's saving Corinthians' lead right now. Azuri, what an amazing job to save your team. Holding on to his place and giving 8 kills, 2 squad wipes for Corinthians, all by himself. Razori, oh my god!
Not only saving the day, but saving his whole team. And guaranteeing that SS Sports cannot getting any points to get closer of them.
They will get less points than Corinthians, because Corinthians already have 8 points and have a better positioning on the table for this map, so the distance will increase. A needed result by Corinthians, and now we see R7 trying to reach Guerra inside of the house with the grenades. Lucas Kawan has the grenade launcher, and INTZ still have the possibility to fight. They send R7 to the floor, and that makes Juan needs to rotate and he recover for R7 over there. As we see Lucas Kawan jumping to get the information. Guerra trying to find Zenak, and now the players from Corinthians rotating in the middle of the safe zone. This match will end by the last safe zone. The 3 teams are too safe to dare to engage into a battle. We see Lucas Kawan trying to get the information. Maybe the grenade launchers would take Corinthians out of there, and that's what happens.
Wow.
The grenade launchers are coming in. Lucas Kawan trying to find the better spot to find the shots, and no players from Corinthians taking damage. Hazur still holding to see if B4 will come for them, and the last safe zone is closing, is shrinking, and the teams will be all close. Guerra gets to the floor, a nice grenade by the Corinthians squad. They are going to the center of the safe zone, but those others on the floor. They lost an important player into this final battle. R7 finds 2 kills, and INTZ sent back to the lobby. Corinthians is getting with the second place, because it's Booyah before! They defended their spot, and when Ousado fell to the floor, the advantage from Corinthians went bow, because B4 had the numbers game, had the position game, and had the calm to finish off this match. Booyah before, Carol!
Booyah for B4. Well done play in the late stages of the game, waiting for the right moment to get in action. Focus first of all in INTZ, but also splitting their team going on Corinthians as well. B4, who also got a booyah yesterday on Kalahari map, it's well managed by them right now, and we see that Iago it's joined already the MVP list today, so by the end of the day I want to check it out if this little one is still in the MVP list. But with a booyah, with the 7 kills plus 12 points for the booyah, 19 points right now, but the second place goes to Corinthians.
And that leaves the fight for the leadership of our table still more hot, still hotter and hotter, because SS Esports was doing a good job and amassed 9 points for them, but Corinthians scored 18 points, and that 25 points in difference becomes 34. But SS Esports is still play tomorrow. However, INTZ finally getting a good result and scoring 10 points. Nitroxx Top 10 still with a good day with more 10 points. They and before are probably joining the top 3 for the day. And Netshoes Miners also good result by Netshoes Miners. But we're going to see page number 2 in the rankings, and we will see that Team 1 is still not scoring the points that they needed. They will not leave their relegation zone, and they will not leave the last place in this week. As we wait for the information to come into the quad, we see that right there, FURIA still with an average day, got Unidas with only 5 points, Team Codasolid only 4 points, and Loud with only 4 points once again. But Team 1 and Team Liquid, 2 teams that needed to score better with only 2 points, Carol.
And we haven't seen that Team Liquid and Team 1, they are going for the exactly same positions in a row here today. Team Liquid that managed in the first 3 matches to get better points. Right now they are dropping out again in their performance here. But I want to see our standings. I want to check our standings because I want to know where
Have
is
you ever
seen right now.
The rain?
And SS Sports, it's 30 points, 30-ish points behind of Corinthians.
34.
They have passed Team Codasolid before. It's having passed Team Codasolid indeed. And I tell you what, Marcelo, we haven't talked about before, but they are managed to be always in the top 5, among the top 5, among the top 3 in our position, and they are doing their job very silently. And we haven't seen that coming from Vivo KEYD, and Vivo KEYD ending the day, surprisingly us, with being the highlights of the day. So that can happen with Before today.
And since Before started getting points in matches that they did not get booyahs, playing their more safe zone, their more safe game inside of the safe zone, they started climbing the rankings in an amazing way. And now they might even finish the day ahead of SS Esports. Okay, Before won't play anymore in this weekend. Tomorrow, SS Esports will have the opportunity to take their points and get to the leadership of the rankings. Okay, but it's important for Before to win the day ahead of SS Esports, because that leaves them close to decide this in the last week of play, right, Carol?
And I just want you guys to check this out. Look at the booyahs of SS Sports. They have reached the mark of 10 booyahs here today. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty much sure of that SS Sports is the team in LBFF history with more booyahs. How amazing is that? Last season as well, they were the first team in the first week with a triple booyah, and they were keeping getting booyahs even though not very good in the table. But they are the team with the more booyahs in Free Fire Brazilian history. That's an amazing. And if we already broke the records here with 300 kills for one player, 1,000 kills for teams, it is time for SS Sports also reach the mark of the record breaker for booyahs.
And talking about players with 300 kills, K1 is closer and closer to getting his 300 point mark. But we see the bottom of the table with God Unidas leaving the relegation zone, and they still play. They still play tomorrow. That's important for God Unidas. They will have the face-off against Pain Gaming, and Team Liquid will also be playing tomorrow. And those 3 teams may leave Team 1 in the bottom and far behind them, and they might get to INTZ as well, Carol.
And good stuff for Team God Unidas, Marcelo, that managed also to get out of the relegation zone. Even though they are not scoring amazing points here today, they are doing their job. But something tells me that Pain Gaming will play tomorrow and will change the scenario.
So let's see what will Pain Gaming bring us tomorrow, because it's important to know who will be here with us for LBFF Season 6 as well. But I also need to know, you know what, Carol?
What do you need to
will be here after the break? Will you be here?
Yeah.
So I'll be here as well. We'll be right back. Lucas K1 went for it, did not expect FURIA players to come over and try to take safe haven on the on the danger zone, and the fight is happening. Lucas Kawan trying to rotate, finding Bielgad. Bielgad got out of ammo, and the bullets come in, and Aranha put Bielgad to the floor. But 1-9 with the scythe! 1-9 with the scythe! The one-punch man came through! FURIA finds the 2 kills with the scythe from 1-9! Amazing play by the Saitama!
One time left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right, knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right, knock him out, knock him out, knock him out for the night. One time left, right, knock him out. Two times, knock him out. Knock him out with the left, knock him out with the right, knock him out.
Yan, he has his sights on Gelo, who hit the grenade outside of the house, and he made them rotate from inside the house, and Las got the best of Ousado. He puts Ousado to the ground, but Gelo kills Yan. Azuri and Gelo with the shotgun, putting 2 players down. Nicholas and Lost went to the ground, and Kawe could not hold it. Meta Gaming is wiped out, a clean wipeout by Corinthians. We are back live, and Carol, I want to know, are you ready?
I wasn't ready, but I'm ready now.
Now she's ready, and those guys are also ready. And crew, are you ready, crew? Yeah, the crew is ready, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R14D5, heading straight to Bermuda. I'm sorry, it was D6. Heading straight to Bermuda. This is your Captain Marcel Fantini, co-pilot Carol Bombshell. Invite you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your belts, because it's time to drop, Carol!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our last destination in Bermuda map. The map that I love, you love, and the players love indeed. And we are having some technical problems, but we will head back to us because I know you guys like to see our beautiful faces. But I'm not playing Free Fire. Are you playing Free Fire, Marcelo?
I am not playing Free Fire, but the airplane was stuck in backwards.
Oh, that's why.
So we went a little back, and we will go a little ahead, and we will go back a little bit more, and then we'll go back for you guys with more Free Fire. We'll be right back with the map, and now we are on the map. We had some technical issues, but now we're ready to bring the action that is already going on between B4 and Team Liquid. That's another good fight for Team Liquid to fight, as we see that finally the Saitama skin is back. And now before Lobato using the ghillie suit, the bush ghillie suit to get closer, and it seems that it worked because Beozada did not know, and now Luking is sent back to the lobby. Lobato puts MVR to the ground, and now Beozada is also on the floor. Pedro Ares is the last player standing for Team Liquid, but Iago is close to him, and he might get into the fight, and Team Liquid is back on the lobby with 2 minutes.
Marcelo, what happened? What the heck happened? Because I have never seen Team Liquid go into their side of Bermuda map. Okay, before they always go to the clock tower, but I have never seen Team Liquid doing such a thing. In Bermuda, they usually go to Observatory or Hidden Village. Okay, the road maybe was the airplane that tricked them a little bit, but why they face off with before? Before came for them, or they came for before? That's the question.
It seems that they came for before, but before was ready to defend their drop call and send Team Liquid back to the lobby, as we see Arruda coming in for God Unidas for the first time of the day, going in place of Minuzi. And now it seems that would change their way of playing, not engaging into early fights, right, Carol?
Yes, exactly. And something about God strategy right now is that they go to the pick drop call, they got their loot, the equipment that necessary, and right now just let's wait. And I don't like that. Personally, I prefer the rotations, but talking about changings, Ruivo is joining the team of INTZ right now. We got a replacement in INTZ. INTZ, who in the last match managed to be in the second place. Sorry, in the third place, because Corinthians got the second place. And let's see what they are up, because this is the very first time I've seen them to get a good performance. But maybe here in Bermuda will be the time for them, because their highest score were achieved in Bermuda, Marcelo.
Their highest score was indeed achieved in Bermuda with that amazing 11 kills from Italo. From the top of the factory. Now we see Nitroxx Top10 trying to control the factory as INTZ was rotating there, and they will engage into this fight. No, INTZ seems to be retreating as Victor 7 tries to get the shots over there. We know that we have the first player going down straight at the beginning of the game, and Nitroxx Top10 is going after INTZ by pushing out, Carol.
And INTZ, we were talking about what Italo did in factory, and probably they were trying to get the same position. But why Nitroxx Top10 are chasing them right now if they got the factory of their own? Which shows us that Nitroxx Top10 is really worried about the kills. But they are going to find themselves in a sandwich with God Unidas.
And that's tough for them because they need those points. INTZ not having a good day. God Unidas not having the best season possible despite having a good day today. Let's see how this fares off as Nitroxx Top10 gets Aranha out of position and all by himself. But now they will engage against INTZ, and the rest of the players from INTZ will have to come and help Aranha or leave him behind, because they cannot be that luxury to lose a player in the early stages of the game, and that's what happens. Aranha is on the floor, and now INTZ has to fight with only 3 players. That's too bad for INTZ, since now they have to fight the whole match with only 3 players. But we see Nitroxx Top10 still holding the rotation from before, dealing damage. Victor put a player on the ground. It was R7 who went to the ground, and now before we'll have the time to wait and try to fight the best fight, since they've already got a fight on their pockets. They fought Team Liquid and sent them back to the lobby on the beginning of the match, and now they will have to fare off against Nitroxx Top10.
In Nitroxx Top10, they are defending really good at their spot right now, because they were fighting against INTZ before, came on their back, and they were aware about before. So it shows how great are their performance and how prepared they are for this Serie A right now, Marcelo.
As we see, they are indeed defending their position in Pushinock, as Carol said, by the 2 sides, and doing a good job defending. But now they try to retreat, and they are being targeted by INTZ. But the rotation works for them, and they get closer and closer to a house with 2 stores, and now they can defend with the top-down view. Lucas Kawan tried to get some damage over there, but no players went down. So the rotation is successful for Nitroxx Top10 once again, and before has now to rotate, as we see Italo with the Saitama skin and the shiny bald head. For him, you see the shininess. That was shining.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond. But now we see INTZ having to deal with the fact that they lost a player, and losing a player as the second, as only 1 squad is wiped out, and your player being the first one to leave the match after that squad wipe is too bad. You're the only team with only 3 players, right, Carol?
Exactly. But it is very interesting what's happening right now in Pushinock. We still have the same teams fighting against each other, Nitroxx before INTZ and God, and still there's nothing going on. they are fighting against each other, but the game stays the same. So I'm curious who is going to do the first move. And I tell you, I'm betting on Nitroxx Top 10 because they came for they chase like dogs INTZ. They got 1 kill over INTZ, and they are so aggressive right now. There, I don't think no one can stop them.
But look at who is surrounding that place without fighting. Corinthians and SS Esports.
They are just looking at it and waiting for opportunity to steal a kill.
To get the spoils of war. That's what the better teams are doing as of right now, staying away from fights, getting the positioning points, and stealing kills, amassing kills at the end of the game. We know that with a Booyah and 4 kills in the end of the game, you get 16 points. So if you get a squad wipe to finish the game, you get 16 points, and that's good enough for you to be on the top of the rankings. But now Pão is not who is on the top of the rankings because Team 1 went for him. And now Vitinho back doing an amazing job, sending 2 players to the ground. 2 headshots coming from Team Codasolid to try to save Pão. But Pão was sent back to the lobby. Vitinho puts VTRX on the floor as well. And there's only 1 player still standing for Team 1, who is VN10. Will they go back to the lobby? Once again with only 1 point for that kill on Pão. Back, trying to rotate, trying to find the better spot to fight against VN10, and that's what he does. VN10 is all in the wide open. He will not be able to defend himself over there, and he is killed by Vitinho, who gets the triple kill and sends Team 1 back to the lobby with only 1 point. Carol, what an awful day. They started well, but then they had an awful day today for Team 1, right?
Exactly, an awful day for Team 1. And I was actually putting my hopes on Team 1 while in the first stages of, in the first matches, they got a few points, being able to pass over God. But by the end of this day, their performance dropped again drastically, and they cannot. I mean, Marcelo, we are heading to the final of the qualification phase, and they don't even get. They got more than enough time to step it up, and it's not happening.
Is it possible to say that maybe the ball has already rolled over for Team 1? Maybe they are signing the papers as the first team traveling to Serie B?
Yes. Yes, indeed. If, I mean...
They don't play tomorrow,
They
right?
don't play tomorrow.
And all 3 teams ahead of them play tomorrow.
And it is so... The timer is so shorter right now that today would be an opportunity for them to get away of the relegation like God is doing.
And like Loud is trying to get Team Codasolid, the nice headshot by Kawan over Quali over there. We know that Team Codasolid has only 3 players. The grenades are coming in from Kawan. He is trying to trample, and now Loud going over Team Codasolid. They were having a nice day, but now in this last matchup, they are in problems. They have problems because they are only in 3. And the numbers disadvantage is happening. Look at that headshot from Quali! Oh, Lord, what was that headshot?
Was that a headshot or the grenade launcher?
Headshot. That was a headshot with a sniper.
Wow.
And now the grenade launcher from Kawan, sending VTM back to the floor. And he finishes both of them off. And now Team Codasolid has only 1 player to try to fight and keep alive. It's Quali. He's below there, but the grenade launcher from Kawan once again. 3 kills for the Loud player. And he's trying to get back to the rankings for the best player. And now Ousado joining over there. The nice headshot from Vini, who changed, was a player who came in for this last match. And Gelo coming for Noda with the shotgun. He puts Noda to the floor. And now we see the players from Corinthians rotating, trying to find the last players from Loud over there. But grenade launcher by Kawan once again, doing a great job against Ousado. Vini will be the one helped by Kawan, as we see Kronos is already on on his feet, and the ice being broken to try to fight the Corinthians players. The 2 last players from Corinthians still coming in. Kawan gets the kill on Ousado with the grenade launcher. The quadra kill is confirmed for Kawan. But we see Zenak and Hazuri trying to come over and get the kill. Kawan is sent back to the floor by the FAMAS of Gelo. He has the opportunity now to finish Kawan off, but he still has to deal with Kronos, and Vijin. And Vini, I mean.
Vinix who have been playing a long time.
Vinix is a veteran indeed, but he will not play for that long today, as Loud is back on the lobby in the 9th place. Good stuff by Corinthians, but now they're still left with only 3 players to fight up until the end of the game as we reach the 30-minute mark, 30-minute and a half. And the safe zone is starting to shrink, and we will know where the last safe zone will go to as we see B4 rotating, but SS Esports has the information on the rotation of other teams, and it's Corinthians. Zenak is sent back to the lobby. There's only 2 players remaining for Corinthians, and they have to fare off against that direct confrontation, the SS Esports team. Nitroxx Top 10 already well positioned by the exit of Poshinok and by the entrance of the safe zone. Now they are fighting against INTZ, who is trying to take their spot, but Shinez can't get the shots on the players from INTZ. Ultrain puts Phoenix to the floor and back to the lobby. Nice job by Netshoes Miners, who are now faring off against SS Esports. We see Jubinha in a need of information, trying to find out where the players from Netshoes Miners are, and Buton is still trying to rotate, still trying to figure out what is going on against them, as we see Bobs putting Victor to the floor on the kill, and Buton trying to find the shots. Carol, you had an insight to bring us.
Yes, I just want to point it out that Furia still have time to get the Booyah, Marcelo, because they are still alive.
Furia still have time to get the Booyah, and now MTS found the grenade on the first player from Netshoes Miners, and now Buton trying to find the best spot to enter that storage house against Netshoes Miners, but it seems that they chose not to fight, Carol.
Yes, indeed, and it's going to be a little bit harder for SS Sports to get a double Booyah here today because they are down to 3 only, Marcelo.
They're down to only 3, but Corinthians is now trying to engage into this fight, and Furia getting some kills on Nitroxx Top 10. Bolin sends Victor back to the lobby, but now Shinez was trying to solve the problems for Nitroxx Top 10, but he will not be able to. 1-9 is still on the floor. He will be helped by Bolin over there, and he is back on his feet. As we see Memgad, Bielgad, Bolin and 1-9 controlling that house near the edges of the safe zone, as we see Juan trying to go for Hazuri, who is the last player standing for Corinthians. Hazuri was rotating, Nitroxx Top 10 is eliminated. Hazuri is also back on the lobby, and Corinthians is eliminated. Now is the time for SS Esports to amass the most points that they can to bring this fight back to maybe the 20 points house. And now the grenades are coming in from Huivo trying to hit Memgad, but the ice came in to save Memgad. He has the grenades on his hands, and now he might fight. Bolin is down because of the grenade of Huivo. He's still using the grenades, trying to find the players, but MTS finds the headshot and sends him to the floor. INTZ is all wiped out because of a nice grenade launcher shot by Bops. And now Furia is losing their players because of the safe zone, and they will go down to the safe zone. Memgad is sent down. They did it once in this day, and they probably will do it again. Netshoes Miners is back to the lobby. SS Esports trying to keep themselves alive to score more points. They are at least in the top 4. We have 4 teams remaining with only 11 players. Bob sends Juan to the floor. B4 still have their 4 players remaining. We have B4, Furia, God Unidas, and SS Esports still playing. Miguel sends R7 back to the lobby, and MTS brings Juan to the ground. A triple kill by MTS in this match put him in the lead of the MVP run. Iago trying to protect himself. Only him and Lobato still playing for B4. 3 players from SS Esports and the last player from Furia. It's 1-9, and he is sent down because of the safe zone. Now we have God Unidas, B4, and SS Esports is still on the fight. 8 players remaining. 3 from SS Esports, 2 from B4, and 4 from God Unidas. That's not the correct sum. We have only 2 players from SS Esports. Yes. Jubinha and MTS, because Buton was sent to the lobby as well.
2 players from SS Sports, 2 players from B4, and right now it is the time for God, Marcelo.
God Unidas can get their Booyah finally, and Lobato is sent to the floor. Iago tries to engage inside of that house, but Miguel sends Lobato back to the lobby, and he has a triple kill fighting inside of the ice. He tries to rotate, but Iago puts Mike on the floor and gets the kill on Mike. He gets the quadra kill in this match. Ahuda trying to rotate. MTS puts Pops to the ground and sends Pops to the lounge. It's 2-on-2 for now, and God Unidas is sent back to the lobby. It's a 2-on-2 free fight before he's down, and it's Booyah! SS Sports! The triple Booyah comes in, and before players are mad with the result, but SS Sports got the kills, got the triple Booyahs, and got the difference way smaller for the last day of the week. What an amazing day by SS Sports! Booyah for the runner-ups, Carol!
Oh my goodness. SS Sports with the triple Booyah today, Marcelo, which marks 11 Booyahs for them in Free Fire Brazilian history. These guys are doing what they are doing. They are blowing minds, Marcelo, with 7 points for killing and 12 points for position. Right now, an amount of points of 19, Marcelo, will help them a lot to get closer of Corinthians. But not only that, MTS for sure will win the day being the MVP. And how come God didn't get this Booyah? They got the number advantage. Before was down to 2. By the end of their confrontation, they only had Iago alive. And SS Sport with MTS and Jobir got the Booyah, Marcelo. How come?
That was unbelievable. God Unidas had the 4-on-2 advantage, but it seems that they got in the middle of SS Sports and before, and they split the fights. They lost 2 fights at the same time. 2 players fighting SS Sports, 2 players fighting before, and they lost both fights. And then SS Sports had only the job to finish off the before squad, as we are going to see the points. And Carol, you know what's the most amazing thing?
What is the most amazing thing? Because I have one amazing thing to tell you.
Please tell me.
7 kill points for SS Sports. 5 out of the 7 were of MTS.
He had a day. He had a day. But we see Corinthians scored 8 points in this match. Corinthians scored 53 points in the day. That was a good day for Corinthians.
Yeah.
But still, they lost 36 points in difference because SS Sports amassed them crazy 89 points in the day. What a day SS Sports had, and they can't thank MTS enough because
it is the best.
What he did today was incredible.
It is the best day so far for SS Sports, like you said, with 89 points. And they have broke the records because before that, Nitroxx Top10 with their triple Booyah from last week got 85 points. INTZ also got around with 84, and Vivo KEYD also with 84 this season. But with 89 points, they broke this record. But also I want to talk really quick about Loud, because they had such a bad day today and they didn't get to manage to be in any top 6 positions here today. First match 10th place, second match 7th place, third match 10th place, fourth match 7th place, fifth match 8th place, and this last one in 9th place. For a team like Loud not getting any Booyah today, which is kind of okay. Sometimes we know you don't even need a Booyah to get a lot of points. But for Loud, which is a team that we expected more, don't get it, not even in any of the top 6 points. It is kind of shame.
And I was going to bring Loud up because we have to talk about the fact that Loud we were hoping that Loud would be fighting to get back on the top 3 of the rankings, and who did that was before. Loud was fighting against before for the top of the rankings, and as Loud scored 36 points, before was the second team who scored the most points with 79 points for the day.
So they will be in the highlights of the day, Marcelo.
They will be in the highlights of the day because they are only 6 points behind SSC Sports.
Wow.
And SSC Sports is now 23 points behind Corinthians. The fight is on. Corinthians and before will not play tomorrow. Team Codasolid will not play tomorrow. Vivo KEYD might join this fight if they get a day as they had on Saturday. FURIA will not be playing tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. FURIA will not be playing tomorrow.
Group C,
We
not
will
playing
have
tomorrow.
Fluxo back tomorrow. We will have Loud, and those are the only 4 teams that will play tomorrow on the left side of the table. SSC Sports, Vivo KEYD, Loud, and Fluxo will be the only 4 teams on this left side of the table playing.
And if I joined to watch yesterday and today, tomorrow will be even more excited to see SS Sports getting the top of Corinthians, because tomorrow they will have the pressure, Marcelo, to open a big gap in 6 matches ahead of Corinthians.
But the thing is, tomorrow they will equalize the number of maps that Corinthians play. They will not get ahead. So if they are ahead of Corinthians, it's the real picture that we are seeing. All teams will have played the same number of maps, and SSC Sports will still be ahead of Corinthians if they get that 23 points that they need to get ahead of Corinthians.
No, but I
That
mean
would be-
points.
Yeah, I mean
Not in
points.
matches played.
No, I mean they can, if they get the 23 points, they will tie Corinthians in number of points, and they will tie Corinthians in number of matches. So we'll have the real picture. All
Yes.
teams will have played the same number of maps, and SSC Sports would be ahead of Corinthians if they scored the 23 points. So we will probably have Corinthians leaving the lead of the table for the first time in 6 weeks, in 5 weeks, right, Carol?
Right, Marcelo. But what is right now? It is the best team of the day, and you
That's
guys
an easy
already
one.
know.
That's an easy one.
It
That's an
is
easy one.
SS Sports, 89 points, breaking a record here in Free Fire Brazilian League. A triple booyah, 44 points in Purgatory, 26 in Kalahari, and 19 in Bermuda, but 44 points in Purgatory.
Wow.
It is a lot. But Marcelo,
They average 22 points per Purgatory map. That's
per Purgatory.
unbelievable.
But MTS.
17 kills.
MTS.
17 kills, and it's not like he stole the kills from the other players, because
No.
Boot On had 9,
Uh-huh.
Jubinha had 7, Phoenix had 6. What an amazing day SSC Sports had today, and we expected that from SSC Sports today.
Yes, indeed.
They came to play, they came eager to get to the top of the rankings, and we saw at the end of each booyah that they got, the hype that those guys were in, the eagerness to be the best. Today they shown us that they wanted to be the best, and they were the best, not only in the day, but one of the best performances that we had in LBFF Season 5 for a day.
Yes, exactly. And we talk about so much about the split, how the kills was spread among the players. But like you said, he didn't stole the kills. He did it all by his own, because also Butch On got the 90 points for killing Jubinha and Phoenix. So this squad is massacring the other ones.
Doesn't it look like Jubinha has the blindadão because of the stripes of Phoenix has the blindadão because the stripes of Jubinha's t-shirt,
Oh,
the blindadão hair.
I
Doesn't it
just
look like-
noticed right now.
Yeah, it looks like he has the blindadão. But talking seriously, MTS amassed 7 kills in the first map, and the usage of grenades were incredible for him. But still, he got 10 kills in 5 maps after that. That's an average of 2 kills per map. It's an awesome average.
Yes. And you said about the grenades, he's actually in a tie of the Kobe Bryant award with Cias.
He, Vitinho, Natividade fighting for the Kobe Bryant Award. And we have the highlights of the day going for you guys to see who were the best teams. We see SSC Sports leading the 3 categories. The 3 categories in most kills, most points, and individual kills. Before, with the second place in all 3 stages,
But
but
Marcelo,
look at God Unidas getting 56 points.
yes, it is amazing for God Unidas, but look at Vitim.
Vitim doing 11 kills once again.
On
It's the third day in a row
Uh-huh.
that Team Codasolid plays, and he is in the kill leading.
On Monday, he
Records.
got 10 kills. Yesterday, he got 15 kills. And today, 11 kills. He's a machine gun. He's definitely a natural born killer. He came to kill, and I wanted this guy in my squad goals for sure. But I'm very surprised to see God Unidas in the most points of the day. I was expecting to see Team Codasolid, but not God Unidas.
But God Unidas had good results. They were also always scoring 10, 11 points in each map, and they did a good job to try to leave that relegation zone that they need so badly. And tomorrow they will have the opportunity to maybe try to start fighting for the top 12 if they had a good day as they had today. It's been a good day for God Unidas, and once again Team Codasolid figuring in the highlights of the day. But we have to check out who is figuring in the kill leaders table.
I'm very excited to see that because MTS is leading with 87 points in 14 matches played. But look at V-Team again joining the club, passing Ousado, leaving Ousado behind him with 80 points for a killing.
But Carol, look at what is the most amazing thing in this table. Look at the number of matches from Vitim. Look at the number of matches from Ousado. Look at the number of matches from Iago. Look at the number of matches from Memgod. And look at the number of matches from MTS. Dude has still
amazing.
6 matches to play in this week.
It is indeed amazing.
It's unbelievable. Imagine he matches what he did today. He will end the week with 104 kills. Is it possible for him to break the 100 points mark still in this week? Yes, it is. He only needs 13 kills to get 100, and we're still in week 5.
Yep.
That's unbelievable.
He
What
would definitely
MTS
break the records by the end of the competition
We had
of
Juan.
Lobato.
We had
Juan.
having 111 kills this past season, and we still have 3 days of play for MTS. He needs 13 plus 11, 24 kills. That's doable in 3 days. If he gets 8 kills per day, he gets the record.
But there it is, our confirmation of their booyahs of today. It's a triple booyah of SS Sports, double booyahs in Purgatory, and the last one in Bermuda. Double booyahs for Nitroxx Top 10, one in Kalahari and other one in Bermuda. And in Kalahari, strangely, but before got one booyah today in Kalahari.
They got the refinery call.
But
you know what? Yesterday we had a triple booyah from Vivo KEYD, a double booyah from Team Codasolid, and a booyah from, I don't remember who had the booyah yesterday, the single booyah. It was Netshoes Miners. And today, triple booyah, double booyah, and single booyah. With the same results. Will tomorrow be the same? Imagine another triple booyah by SS Esports tomorrow.
Well, one thing is right. I can't get enough of Free Fire Brazilian League, but still, I need to hydrate all the time because these guys are leaving me speechless, are leaving me breathless because what happening this whole weekend from yesterday to today, tomorrow cannot be different, Marcelo.
Tomorrow will not be different. The only difference between today and tomorrow are the only 2 differences that we have today and tomorrow are first the teams that are playing that we will see on the screen with a schedule for you guys, as we see Fluxo, Los Grandes, Metagaming, Pen Gaming, Santos, and Vivo KEYD joining the fight against God Unidas, INTZ, Loud, Nitroxx Top 10, SS Esports, and Team Liquid. And the other difference is the time, that we will not be here at 1 p.m. in Brazilian time. We'll be here at 7 p.m. in Brazilian time, 6 p.m. in Eastern time in the United States.
But maybe the difference about this right now is that Group C is not playing. So we got great actions with Group C yesterday and today, because they play on Saturday and today, and tomorrow they are not playing. So let's see, because the only thing I want just to point it out about confrontations of Group A and Group B, it is for Los Grandes, because Los Grandes need, they have the personal problems with INTZ, Nitroxx, and not Team Liquid and God Unidas, but Santos and a meta game as well. So tomorrow will be a day of decision for Los Grandes, as much today were for Team 1.
We'll have the whole table involved in the matches today. We'll have probably changes on the top of the table, probably changes on the bottom of the table, the top 12 fight that is still going on between those teams. But what will not change tomorrow is that we will be here once again. And thank you, Carol, for being here by my side once again.
Thank you so much, Marcelo. Thank you guys for joining us on Sunday. I hope you guys have liked it, because I love it to be part of this Brazilian family, Free Fire Brazilian family, because I am Free Fire. Are you guys Free Fire? So be here with us tomorrow.
So thank you for your audience, thank you for your patience, and we'll be back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. in Brazilian time, 6 p.m. Eastern time in the United States. We see you all tomorrow. Let's hit the skies, because it's time to drop!